Hey guys, good evening. Welcome back to our channel. How's everyone doing tonight? Obodo fam, I welcome you all. Thank God it's Friday. I don't know about you, but I'm super excited today. I've been looking forward to this Friday so that I can rest and take a breath. How you are doing? Thank you so much for joining me. Please give us a thumbs up if you are joining us now. Like it, yo. Salutuna. Good afternoon, good evening. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today. Today is Friday, the 28th of July, 2023. And tonight, we are here with a guest. She's an Obodo fam, and she's come to share her testimony. These are one of our favorite that we do here when we have somebody who has a positive experience after going through a DV situation. Wow, this story is going to blow your mind. I don't know if you follow me on Instagram. How many of you follow me on Instagram? I did put something there today about this story. I just, not much, but I just wrote something. I was like giving you a preamble of the story. If you don't follow me on Instagram, please do. And before I bring in my guests tonight, over the farm, I need you guys to do me a favor. Jotori alone. You know how people say to whom much is given, much is expected. So, Brother Ernest is very new. All of you know Brother Ernest here. Ajore Salud, welcome. Romari, my in-law, welcome. Abade, welcome. Brother Ernest has been blessing us on this platform. Public speakers like that usually charge to speak, honestly. In places like Nigeria, before you can get someone like that to come and speak, you have to pay them. They don't speak freely. You have to give them something. But he's been blessing us so much on this platform. He didn't ask for anything. So it is time for us to give back. If you're on Instagram, please follow Brother Ernest. He's new on Instagram. Take a minute to follow him now. The name on Instagram is Ernest. Is Ernest Omojo. Ernest Omojo. He wants to create a platform whereby he can teach about potent force. That is what he's passionate about. He's passionate about, teaching people how to maximize their potentials. Are you following already? If you've not followed and you're on Instagram, help me take a minute to go and follow that page now, the Instagram page. Okay. If you haven't followed it, I'll wait. Please do it for me. Just do it, and God will bless you. If you know that Brother Ernest has blessed you on this platform, please go and follow that page now, right now, please. And if you're catching this later, I beg you. I'm a very big believer in giving back and doing all to others as you wish them to do to you, but he's been a blessing to us. It is time for us to bless him back. Yeah. Get that book. Yeah. If you bought the book already, did you buy the book? Okay. Nikki B says she bought the book, Audacious Faith. Yeah. He will be teaching quite a lot on that page. We need to help him to grow it. I've been trying to convince him to come on social media, and he finally did. So it is time for us to grow that page for him and with him. Please go follow that page now. And if you're catching this later, please follow Brother Ernest. And the handle is Ernest Omojo. Just look for Ernest Omojo, or you will see it there. Yeah. And not just follow. Don't just follow for following sake. Please make sure you are engaging as well. God will bless you. Thank you very much, everyone that has followed that page and that will follow later. If you're catching this later, please do follow Brother Ernest and let us help one another. We rise by lifting one another. Yes, we do. Thank you so much, everyone. Welcome. So without much ado, I'm going to bring in our guest. Her name is Grace. She is based in the United States of America. I think we have more people who come to share in the US than the UK. It's always US people. I can't love you guys less, Jerry. So Grace is here to share. Obodo fam, please help me welcome her. She's one of us, and she's a survivor. and she's got a lot to say. Welcome, my darling Grace. How are you?
Hey, Auntie B. I'm good. Thank you, Auntie B, for the opportunity. Can you hear me?
Yes, my dear, I can hear you loud and clear. Thank you so
Oh,
much.
good, good.
Thank you for being brave to come forward. I know it's not an easy thing, but you know what?
Mhm.
We heal by sharing our pain and also
Yes,
help others to heal. I believe that your testimony, as we prayed earlier on, will uplift other people and it will
amen.
help them. It will give them the strength and the courage to be able to move from DV situations in the name of Jesus.
Amen, amen.
Welcome, welcome,
Thank
welcome.
you,
We
Ma.
salute
Thank
you.
you, Ma. Hello,
Yeah.
Obodo family. I feel at home already. Yeah.
Yes, we
Yeah,
are family. We're family here. So yeah,
yes, yes.
whenever you are ready, you can start by telling us, how you got here, where you are today, the beginning, not, I mean, where you feel comfortable sharing from how you met and how you came to the US and, all that good stuff.
Wow. Thank you, Ma. I really appreciate this opportunity. I do not take it for granted. Yes, and I thank Obodo Fam for making this space a secured space for everyone to come out to share because it's been a long time. I've been like trying to encourage myself to come out that I'm not coming as a victim, thank God. I'm coming as a survivor and I'm coming to encourage someone out there because it breaks my heart to see people, in DV and people deleting, it breaks my heart. So I thank God for the opportunity that I'm alive to share my story.
Amen.
And also, I really bless God for the family I have, my siblings, my parents also, even though they are both late now, but I thank God for their lives and my siblings. They've been so supportive all through everything. And I thank God for my children also. They've been my pillar. They've been my
Amen.
joy to the glory of God. Yeah.
Amen.
Yes, ma. Thank you, ma.
Welcome.
Thank you, ma.
Okay. Okay. So, yes. You got married in Nigeria.
Yes, ma.
Okay. Tell us about that.
Okay, my my story is like it has season one and season two. Really, at times, I laugh like alone, as in laugh at myself that wow, how did I get here? But
Hmm.
it's all for a purpose. I know my life is a testimony to encourage others. So it all started when 2001, precisely when I met my ex. So this is season one of it. When I met my ex, I was 21 then, yeah, 21, and he was 10 years older than me. I was so much in love because it was my first relationship ever. I was like brought up in a in a Christian home. My parents were deeper life actually.
Hmm.
So I was born into deeper life family. We we didn't actually had any of those opportunity of not really being wild though, because that's not actually what my goal is, but at least to have opportunity of experiencing different kinds of um I can't really
Relationships.
relationship. Thank you,
Relationships.
ma.
Yes.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
Hmm.
So he was my first, and I was like so much in love with him. So we started then in my final year. He was doing his housemanship. He's actually a medical doctor. So he was
Hmm.
doing his housemanship then, and I was in my final year in the university. So we started, and from there, everything started well though, because I never saw it then at the beginning, but later, like maybe 2 years into the relationship, we got married 2006, and even before then I was seeing some red flags, but I just overlooked it. That no, maybe because we were far away from each other. He traveled to the US in '05, and he came back in 2006 to for the traditional wedding and the wedding. So everything started then, but I thought that maybe because we were like distance relationship, I graduated. I did my NYSC. I started working in a bank, in a bank in one of the top banks in Nigeria. So
Mhm.
number one, when it started, then anytime he calls me, I have to say I love you. And me, I was so shy. As in, I was working as a customer service. So you have people sitting in front of your desk, you know. If I don't say I love you, that's trouble. It will say, oh, that means you're doing something, you're with somebody, this and that. So I always like try to avoid such. I got used to saying I love you so easily just to avoid issues. Then,
So let me interject here. You know how
yes,
we do this show, Grace. Thank you
yes,
very much. You are doing well. I
yes,
told you it's just going to be a conversation. We'll
yes,
draw
ma'am.
out the lessons along the way. You know, this brother that you married, is he from the same Christian background like yourself? Is he from deeper life
No,
background? No?
no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
Okay.
But he's a Christian, but not as much as that level of deeper life level. No.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So you said that even at work, he was always saying that you should say "I love you," and you being a shy guy. And to be honest, Nigeria is not a place back then where people express their love openly like
Then,
that. Yes,
yes.
then even now it's rare to see people saying "I love you" in public. So yeah,
Yes.
so that's a red flag there where someone is saying you have to say I love you, you know, even though you're at work. But
Mm-hmm.
obviously, I mean, looking at the environment over here, saying I love you to someone anyway, it's no big
It's
deal. It's a way of
natural.
life here. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But back home
Yeah.
in Nigeria is not. So actually, insisting that you say I love you, if you don't say I love you, it means you're up to something, is a red
Mm.
flag because it's a sign of insecurity.
Insecurity.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or lack of trust from the person.
Mm-hmm.
Saying,
Yes.
what are you doing? Why can't you say you love me when I say I love you, even though you know the person is a quiet,
Mm.
church girl who is not used to public show of affection and all that. So let's
Mm.
continue. All right,
Yes,
well
ma'am.
done.
And
Mhm.
I didn't even, there wasn't any occasion that I gave him that opportunity to doubt me though, because I
Mhm.
was like, even in my branch, we were like three in my branch that are the prayer warriors. We always lead the prayers in the morning. They know me. They know me as a Christian. So I wasn't like the um bad girl, so to say, you know. And there
Mhm.
was even an occasion that, because then I didn't have a car, I always have like a taxi man that comes to pick me up and drops me at home. So
Mhm.
I changed this taxi man because the other one didn't show up. So he was asking me, are you in so person's car? I said, no, it's another taxi man. He said, give the phone to the driver. So lo and behold, I give the phone to Baba. Baba was speaking Fone. Hello, how are you? I said, Baba, I saw Yoruba. Ẹ jẹ́ kán mọ̀ pé, as in, Baba speaks in Yoruba, you
Baba is
know.
trying to impress.
Mm. Baba is trying to impress. I said, Baba, I saw Yoruba. Speak Yoruba. Let him know. So that was, at least it was like okay when he spoke to the driver then. So all that, as in so many occasions like that. Okay, there was a time he came to Nigeria and he came to my branch and as in he met all my colleagues at work. So one of the infotech guy was like doing a big guy, you know, trying to like show Americana to him. So when we got home, I chopped beating. Wait, I'm a boyfriend then. Yeah, those are your boyfriend at work. Abi, he's doing big boy for me, this and that. As
So
in any little thing. Yeah,
your colleague at work was trying to show off to him in
yeah.
his own way. Maybe the colleague was feeling, you want to show us you are from
The
America, me
Americana.
too. I can be Americana. And you
Yes,
chop
yes.
beating on top of that when you got home.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And,
Oh yeah.
and
Mm-hmm.
by this time you were already married.
Yeah. We were already married. Yes, ma'am.
Do you know
Any
why he
little
was so
thing.
insecure with you and other people? Because I
Lit-
mean, there's you're giving examples now saying I love
yeah.
you, somebody random people doing things and you are the one collecting. Why do you know why he was so insecure?
Later, I like got to understand because number one, it stammers. It
Right.
stammers. So maybe it felt that it wasn't like good enough, that it's not. It couldn't believe that I was truly in love with him. That I really. wanted the relationship and everything. So he's like trying to like keep me away from everyone, trying to like control my moves and stuff. So
Right. Okay.
yeah,
Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
yes.
Well
So
done.
any little thing like that, it always ends up with DV, physical abuse, you know. Um, I even my first pregnancy then, I was like when I was in Nigeria, I was living well, as in at least I was living in one of the good areas in Nigeria. I rented my apartment. I was the one funding everything. Even whenever it comes to Nigeria. It doesn't even need to bring in anything because it wasn't working as a doctor. It was just the student then was doing his first master's. He has like 2 or 3 masters now, it was so anytime is coming home, it doesn't need to come with anything. I would have even sold some native, as in at traditional wares, for him to come home to use and stuff. So I was really like taking charge of the home front. Nobody knew about all this. Even my family never knew about the beating or anything because I never opened up to anyone. I was always keeping to myself that it's part of the teaching, Ilioko, the saying, the old saying.
Mm-hmm.
So that really
Mm-hmm.
stuck in my head to that you don't share your business with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it took
You are,
that advantage.
so you are
Yeah,
going to university, Ile Eko. That's your own Eko was to be collecting
to be
bars
beat,
boost
to be
every day.
getting
The beating
beaten
is the Eko. They are
exactly.
teaching you. You are collecting
Yeah,
master's degree and PhD. Nile Oko.
yes,
I understand.
yes,
You are a
yes,
good
ma,
Yoruba
yes.
girl. A very good Yoruba girl. Well,
Thank you, ma.
hmm.
Thank you, ma.
All right. Carry on.
So just going down memory lane. I'm remembering. Okay, we had a little delay because we got married '06. We didn't have our first child until '09, 2009. So there was a delay, but me, I wasn't bothered because he met me as a virgin, So I knew that it will come anytime God will do it. I didn't know that he went behind me to do the test. He tested himself. To be sure that I didn't have any issue. So it was when I now got pregnant, he was now thanking God that, thank God, oh, I already did this test. I was scared. I said, so what if you had problem? Would you have told me? You didn't tell me that you were going to do all those tests. But now that we were about to have a baby, that was when you were now sharing with me. So all those things, but I said, okay, I just kept quiet, I played along and that. So there was the time I was 8 months gone with a pregnancy. And no, I was nine months actually, almost going to 37 weeks.
In
It came
Nigeria.
around in
You are still
Nigeria.
in
I was still in
Nigeria.
Nigeria. Yes. So it usually comes around and goes back. So it would
Mm-hmm.
spend like a month or two and go back. So in that period, it wanted the delivery to fall within its stay. So
Right.
he told me that he's taking me to the hospital
Hold
to
on. Hold,
induce delivery.
hold on. How many months were you then?
I was 37 weeks already. So it's
Okay.
possible, it's okay to give birth between 37 and 40 weeks. So I think 37 to 38 weeks. So it was okay. So they wanted me to induce I wanted them to induce me so I can have the baby within the period is still around and stuff, which I never had any say. With whatever he tells me, I'll say okay. Okay, so we got to the hospital. They started reading all the side effects, blah, blah, blah. Medicine now, they'll still tell you and stuff. I'd already changed into the hospital gown. They were prepping me and stuff. He now said, he changed his mind. He said, no, he's not doing it again. Oh, do me. But why are you stressing me? Why are you putting me through this stress and stuff? If you knew you were not going to do, at least you should have known the side effect as a medical person yourself. So I just kept quiet. I changed into my regular clothes, got into the car. That was when I now said, no, I'm not going to take all this. I like faced him. We were like driving or coming out of the hospital. um, building compound, and I said, I'm not going to take this again. That why will you do this? Blah blah blah. We were now arguing. We were like, he punched me. I was trying to like push him back on the steering and stuff like that. Isha, I was the one that ended up getting the beating because I was pregnant and stuff. That
When you were
even
37 weeks pregnant,
yeah,
after
like
forcing you
37
to
or
go to
38.
hospital to go and
Yes.
get induced. Okay, so there are some
Mm,
learning here. Well done,
mm.
my darling Grace. You are doing well. Mommy
Yes, ma'am.
dear, you are doing very well. I can tell that it's not easy for you. It's usually not an easy thing recounting these things. But
Mhm.
there are two lessons I want to bring out here quickly. Tony, thank you for
Yeah.
reminding me of that. So the learning there is that don't, we jokingly say Ileoko, this is the nonsense that, I don't think they mean literally when they say Ileoko, Ileeko, it just means that marriage can be difficult. Marriage can be a learning place. It's not learning for DV. Please, if you are going through any kind of DV, don't keep it to yourself. You need to speak out. This is how people delete, oh. You will just cry in silence because because your parents told you, your mom told you, ile eko, ile oko, ile eko. Eko is not for somebody putting their hands on you as a woman, especially when you are pregnant. So you can see that from this story so far that our sister is sharing with us. There are so many things that are just popping out here. First of all, you putting hands on a girl who was literally, she was a virgin when you married her. She's never been with any man. You're the first man. She's a church girl. You're controlling everything. You are so insecure. Who is she talking to? Where is she going to? You follow her to her place of work. You are angry because her colleague did something and you beat her because of that. Then let me talk about the issue of the induction. Temiti is a medical doctor and she said something here just now. I thought I pinned it. Yeah, she said something about it's not advisable to induce at that. Yeah, okay, let me see. She said, but the guideline still does not support induction at 37 weeks, except if the benefit of delivery outweighs the risk of continuing the pregnancy. There is no reason.
Mm-hmm. Because
Oh
for
my gosh.
selfish reason. Yeah.
That is to tell you the level of control for a man to say, I am taking you to go and induce you when your pregnancy is not full term yet.
I was
You
just
take
going
a
like a
girl
like a
to
goat
hospital
going
pé
to
ó
the
máa bí ọmọ yìí
slaughterhouse.
lénìí.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God he changed his mind. And then again,
Mm-hmm.
because, obviously with everything you are going through, he put his hands on you again.
Yeah.
And you were carrying and nursing this pregnancy all by yourself while he was in the America,
Yes, I
coming
was
and
all
going.
alone. I was going to work with my pregnancy. I was all alone with my pregnancy in Nigeria. Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
that happened. You were not induced.
No,
What now
no, thank
happened?
God. Thank God.
Mm-hmm.
Because even it was around December, it was around New Year's time that we had a party in my family house. My parents have their house in Lagos. I was born and raised in Lagos. So we all went together as a family, but they didn't notice my as a pregnant woman, your face will be swollen and stuff. I had a broken lip, as in my mouth was swollen from the beating, but they didn't notice and I didn't tell anyone. Nobody knew about it. So that was how that went. But he will always beg me after. He will
Yeah,
always beg. He
yeah,
will
they always
always
do.
beg me
Mango Park always
that
beg after they finish
that
beating. Mm.
yeah, that I made him to do that. That he's
Yes.
sorry, and he will just blame me that I caused it. That next time I shouldn't be rude and blah blah blah. And then because he was 10 years older than me, so I saw him as a like Egmont, as in big brother. So that was how that went. And I had my baby. Um, I had my baby like just like few weeks later, like 3 weeks
Mm-hmm.
or so, I
Was
had
it
my
there?
baby. So it was still, he had to extend the stay. He had to
Okay.
extend it because he really wanted to be there for
Okay.
me.
Mm-hmm.
Even though that was drama too, because it was when he came in, he said no, that this is not the hospital. I was already in a private hospital. He said no, he's going to use. I'm not saying anything bad about Lutz. I was born in Lutz. Lagos University Teaching Hospital. But as at then, that was in the same route that he left behind before he traveled, you know. But he made me to switch. That's another thing. I've been doing my prenatal in the private hospital, a well-known hospital, Al Jolad in Nigeria. So is a well-known hospital then in Nigeria. But it made me to switch to Luton. I shall thank God the delivery was safe, even though it was a student doctor that
Doctor.
took the delivery. I
Mm-hmm.
had I as in the baby just popped out. It was my
Thank
first time.
God.
They even left me. I was in pain, rolling in my own blood, you know, in pain. They thought it was after they were telling me that they thought it was my second born. That was why they left me, you know. Remembering now, it was a lot of trauma. I had lacerations and I had to get stitches. That I was hearing the student doctor was telling the main doctor, please, this is my last opportunity. Let me try to sew her up. Let me try to get the stitches. I was now saying, please don't use me as a guinea
As a,
pig
as
in
a,
my
as
pain. In my pain, I was like crying. Please don't use me as guinea pig. Auntie B, guess what? 8 days after the naming, the stitches opened up.
opened. Hey,
Ah,
Jesus.
it was pure pain. Auntie B, I
Hmm.
was taken, I was taken back to that Arjo lad. They now repaired me. I was in
Oh,
pure pain.
I'm sorry.
My baby was crying. I couldn't even hold my baby. But
It's
thank
okay.
God, thank God. Every time my baby celebrates its birthday, I'm always giving God the glory that I'm alive.
Hmm. I'm so sorry, my dear. Well, thank God that you survived it because we were talking about infarct and mother fatality the other day in Nigeria and how even though the hospital is good, they just take some unnecessary risk. They
Risk,
do take a
yes,
lot of risk and put women's life at risk. And so a lot
yeah,
of women delete. You know
yeah.
that it's unrelated, but I need to say this. One of a very close friend of mine, the brother's wife was pregnant with triplets. Have you ever heard anywhere in the world where they will make someone who is pregnant with triplets to have a natural birth? She was in labor for over 2 days. They told her to have a natural
Wow,
birth in Benin.
wow. Hmm.
At the end of the day, she managed to have the two of the babies. One of the baby didn't survive, and the woman didn't survive.
Jesus.
So thank God for
Hmm.
your life, my dear. The stories are too many. There are too
Yes,
many.
yeah,
Pele,
yes.
pele.
Thank you, ma. Thank
All
you.
right.
Just
Let's.
remembering now is bringing back memories. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. So let's fast forward. Do you want
Okay,
to move to when you got to the US, or is there a
to the US.
significant matter that happened
Okay,
in Nigeria you still want to touch on?
okay. Okay, moving to US. But going back now, my mother-in-law came because she's in Nigeria. She came to help me with the baby, and he left. He left for US, and my mother-in-law was staying with me all through for like 6, 7 months. She was with me. I usually leave the baby after I started going back to work. I left the baby with her and my housemaid. So she was really, really helpful. Even in my estate, they thought she was my mom, as in
Hmm.
we were so close. We were
Hmm.
so close, you know, we didn't have any issues. It will even be the one, there was a case when Mama was like ill, she was having palpitation, and so she went into the room to rest that evening. So when the son called, she wasn't picking her phone. He now called me. I now went to give the phone to Mama. So when Mama now, she was speaking in a low voice, she knows the kind of son she has though. So
Hmm.
everyone of the family, they knew him. Pelman Binu is short-tempered, you know. So Mama was now, leave me alone. Jack can rest, as in let me rest, leave me alone. So you know, I took the phone out. You know, what did you do to my mom? What did you do? Were you rude to her? Did you make, okay? I now quickly took the phone. Mommy, she now took the phone from the son that kí ló ṣe ẹ́ ó wà ní ìyàn America, as in you are all the way in America and you are causing trouble in Nigeria. Did I say the poor girl did anything wrong? You know, so many things like that. So fast forward to US. Thank God I came in 2010 with my firstborn. So he, the first lesson he told me was that he was staying in an apartment. So he said, I should always lock the door. I shouldn't go out. That all men are like, I don't want to use the word are, as in they force kerewa.
Grape,
They can
grape.
force kerewa. Yeah.
We use grape
Mhm.
or first carry one.
Force kerewa, exactly. Thank you, man. So so that
He
fear
said that
alone.
all men first Kerewa people in America.
They can come into your house. That even if a maintenance guy is coming to fix anything in the room, in the apartment, I should quickly go and wear my jeans and I should call him on the phone. He should be on the
Insecurity,
phone. So,
insecurity, insecurity screaming at the top of their lungs. No, I need to
mhm,
say something before you carry on with your life in America because it's going to get
mhm.
interesting now.
Yes, ma.
We need to establish
Mhm.
that you were doing well on your own by your rights.
Yeah,
In
yes. To
Nigeria,
the
you had
glory
a
of
good
God.
job, you
Yes.
rented your own apartment, you had your own car eventually. Am I right?
Eventually. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So she was
Yeah.
living a decent life in Nigeria, of which this uncle was coming back and forth and Bola Shiri, because he wasn't doing well in America,
Yeah.
like you said, but
Yes.
nobody knew because you were just
No.
covering up.
No. I was there
Mhm.
to support him. Yes. Mhm.
Okay, carry
Yeah.
on. What now happened in
Yes.
America?
So I, like 2 months after I got there, or 3 months, I got pregnant with my second child. So it is like it was always so. It takes me to the store. We will get our grocery. It takes me to the laundromat. Then because I wasn't driving then, and he too, he didn't have a car. The car he had, he was using it as a taxi, yellow cab. So it was renting the cab then, use it as taxi, then we use it as our private car moving around and stuff. So he'll go out, go to work. I'll be at home with my son, take bus to the antenatal um, clinic, the checkup then. So he will always like anytime he comes home, he's always so tired and angry and stuff. So I always work on like walking on eggshell in the house. Anytime the
Mhm,
door is opening, I will be scared
mhm,
that what will I do wrong now? What will I say that will upset him? So I
mhm,
don't usually like making koja me. I always
mhm,
like stay within my boundary
mhm,
because there's a way I'm supposed to behave around him. I dare
mhm,
not. So this happened. I lost my dad that
mhm,
same year, 2010. So I couldn't go back because I just got here. I didn't have my papers yet.
mhm,
So he bought calling card for me. I think $5 or so, or $10. So I used that card to calling everybody during the funeral and stuff. He went to work. So by the time he came back in the evening, I was like gisting him about everything that happened. Who were there for the funeral and blah blah blah. The thing is, he now asked me, so where's the remaining card? I said I finished it. Oh no, Milale Ojoye, that you
mhm,
finished it. What were
mhm.
you saying? Who were you talking to that you finished the whole five? Is
Five
this five
dollars.
dollar card or $10 card? I can't even remember. That I'm being
Oh God!
wasteful. I'm being wasteful. Oh
And
Lumi,
your
but
father just died.
yeah, I just lost my dad then. I just lost my
Somebody
dad.
is asking a
So
question. Well done, Grace. You are doing well. You are doing
yes, ma.
well. There's something
Yes.
seriously wrong. By me, sometimes I used to think that some Mongo parks generally, there's something
Mm,
actually not right. Maybe there needs to be a study to find out. Maybe there's some
mm,
abnormalities in the mind, in the brains of Mongo parks, because there's
mm,
something not all right. How can somebody
mm,
lose their father? You buy them a card, they are not there. They are dealing with the trauma of losing their dad, having left
mhm,
Nigeria. Remember, she left Nigeria, quit her job and her nice
mm,
life and everything to come and be with you.
mm.
Eh? And instead of you
Yeah.
to encourage her, you are still putting your hands on her. Pay. Why are you wasteful? Because you finished calling card. So
Mhm.
it definitely
I
tells
didn't
me,
I
pay.
didn't even know I was pregnant then. Or it was later we discovered that I was pregnant. That I took him
Only
already.
issues. Only
Hmm.
issues, according to Ola. Somebody is asking a question, my darling Grace. Kilo Sheles, medical training. Shebi, you say he's the doctor. What happened?
Yeah,
Why
he
is he
was
driving a
practicing in
yellow cab?
Nigeria. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he was practicing in Nigeria before he traveled. but he
Mm-hmm.
had to do his USMLE exam step one. He passed step one already. He was
Mm-hmm.
like preparing for step two then when we were together then.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and later he later passed the step two before we got separated. So he started getting into match, as in they call it, is it match for residency? But
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't just coming forth, unfortunately. Yeah. So anytime anytime we have that DV, there was a time I had a red high from the beating. We went to church. It already told me what to say, what to tell the people in church, because we had some Nigerians that we always like see in church. So it told me to tell them it's seasonal allergy, so that they don't
Hey,
ask so much question. So I
you.
always follow whatever he tells me. Yeah,
Let me ask you this now, Grace, because you sound like a very
yeah.
smart girl. You are, of course, you are smart.
Ah,
You are intelligent.
Auntie B,
Why were you
I
following
wasn't
like
smart.
this?
I wasn't smart then. I'm not going to lie. No, I
Eh.
wasn't. I
He said
wasn't.
you should tell church people pé tó
Mm.
bá nà ẹ́ tójú ẹ̀ bá tó bá ti fọ́jú ẹ̀ then you now tell them it's allergy ló ń ṣe and you did it
Seasonal allergy. Yes, I wasn't
and you did
smart
it.
then. Yeah, I wasn't.
Jesus. You,
I was
Monkey they
just.
know how to pick their victims, so I believe you. I
I
believe
wasn't
you. He
smart then.
carefully chose you. Mm.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So we shall manage. My mom came around when I had my baby. She came to help me because we like wanted her to come and rest at least after losing my dad. I have a big brother in the US too. But they said, okay, let mommy come to my side so that she can come and help me with my baby. That was the plan. So it was
Hmm.
when mommy came or that everything was exposed. That when my mom first saw me, she said, "Wow, you look worse than when you were in Nigeria." As
Hmm.
in Nigeria, you were looking fresh, and me that I'm always like giving everybody money, buying clothes and stuff for everyone. That she felt that what is wrong? You just had a baby and you're looking this haggard. But I said it's okay, it's the stress, mommy. It's stress me. I didn't tell her. But when she now saw everything that he was doing to me, after a week that I had my baby, I was having migraine, as in I
Hmm.
never experienced that before. But for
Hmm.
a week, he didn't take me to the hospital. And me, I didn't know left from right. Normally, I should have called 911. I should have, because there was no car for me to go anywhere. I didn't have friends that I could have called to come and pick me. So it was my mom that now called him. She was crying on the phone that, you want me to come and bury my daughter in America? That this, so he now said he's at work. When he's done, he'll come and take me to the hospital. But thank God the Sha took me to the hospital. They did all the MRI and I was okay. So that was how he was like acting. It was God, as in it was little God in the house. It was like in the house, he will put the AC on 65 degrees, as in so cold. As in, it made everything uncomfortable for my mom. My mom would just sit outside with the baby. She will stay outside in the sun. I can't sit inside. She will
Can't
stay
you turn
outside.
it down if it's too cold?
Auntie B, he put a paper, he wrote, do not touch on the
And
wall. He put a paper there, do not touch. Yes. Yeah.
you too, you follow the
So
instructions again.
I did.
You are
I
very good at
did.
following instruction, no?
I did.
I'm
I
the
felt
opposite of you. Is the
I
one you
I
tell me not
felt
to touch, I will go and
mm,
touch. Chai. It's
I
good to be
felt
street
that
smart,
it will,
though. Alone.
if he comes back and he sees that I touched it, that would be another. So I was always trying to avoid any kind of problem with him. Even
Literally, you were fearing him. If he said do not touch on the AC and you two you didn't touch,
I
you
was
were kind of
Auntie B, I was
afraid of him.
afraid. Yeah, I was afraid of him. I was afraid of him. I was
Hmm.
afraid of him. Yes, yes.
Chai.
That's the word. I
Mashio.
was afraid of him. Even there was a time he came home, he counted the meat in the pot that igba o last obe, tobe ti ton, this and that. As in so many ways of making it uncomfortable for my mom. My mom is not ebi okpawon ko se pe boya she's a poor woman, She's retired and she's living in her husband's house, and they were married for 47 years or so, 48 years before my dad died, you know. So they had a
So
good life together. So
This time around, it was working as it was. You say it was driving a yellow
Taxi,
cab. It was a
yellow
taxi
cab
driver.
then. Yeah,
Yellow
there was
cab.
no
Yeah.
Uber then. There was no Uber then. It was later he now switched to Uber.
Okay.
Uber wasn't out then. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, so the thing that my mom, she didn't tell my brother then. She was trying to manage the situation so that it wouldn't be as if it was when the mom came to the US that everything scattered. But it was when she now they encouraged me to go to CNA class, at least for me to start doing something. At least now
Mm-hmm.
that I have my mom around, the opportunity for her to be taking care of my daughter. I mean, my daughter
My
while I
children. Mm-hmm.
quickly go to my children, while I
Mm-hmm.
quickly go for classes. He was
Mm-hmm.
listening. He was listening. He did. It was my brother that sent money for me to go for the class, so he didn't say anything. I told him that, oh, Olanima Bere class. So I told him I'll be starting my class the next day. He said, okay. He usually goes in the morning for workout. He goes to the park to do exercise. So I was like before 7 o'clock, I walked out of the apartment complex. So I met him on the way. So I'm waiting for the bus. So I'm going now. He collected my handbag forcefully. That
Mm.
where are you going to? He took the handbag. I was like crying, following him home. Lojutiti on the road. I was crying. Immediately we got back to the apartment. Give me my bag. What is it? This and that. We were even struggling on the way though. That I knew that there will be camera that will catch us and that will see everything that was happening outside. But if Sharp took the bag, he came inside the house. That was when the problem started. And in front of my mom, he beat me. That Nibolun law. Did I give you the go ahead to go and do the CNA? That when did I? Excuse me, when did I come to the US? That I'm being forward. That why am I in a hurry? Why am I in a hurry to start classes? He has plans for me, this and that.
Another
So
control. He doesn't want you to
yes,
have money.
yes.
That
I
is
didn't have
another way
money
of
then.
controlling you. Yeah.
I
If
didn't have
somebody
money
doesn't
then.
want you to work, even though you could work at that point, your mother was there
Hmm.
looking after your
Yes.
babies and you were free to work. So when somebody is constantly trying to see what are you looking for? Don't you have food to eat? Are you not living in a house? Meanwhile, the
Hmm.
house that they put AC that is blowing your head off and you cannot touch it, they put don't touch
No.
on it. So, what women
Yeah.
need to understand is that we say it all the time on this platform. When you got money, you got freedom. Money
Yes.
is power. Money is
Yes.
freedom. Money is
Hmm.
emancipation. Money. So when a Mongo Park wants to keep you under lock and key, the first thing they do, they will separate you from the people that can help you. That's why he told you not to make friends pay. They firstly carry out people in America. Lori,
Hmm.
you've
Hmm.
been in America now. You know that was
Hmm.
BS.
All lies. All lies.
Yeah. They
Yeah.
will tell you that no, don't work, no need. I'm working for us, Lori Iro.
Hmm.
It's
Hmm.
all manipulation and control just to keep
Hmm.
you under their DV and all this that they want to do to you.
Mm.
Well done.
Yes. Thank you, ma. Thank you, ma. I didn't have money then. It was anytime I go to the laundromat, coins, the remaining coins that after using it to wash the laundry, the remaining I'll keep for myself. That's how I was like having little change on me. He, I want remember going back memory lane now. There are times that it would be nice to me, but it's on condition. If I'm good,
Mhm.
it will be nice.
There will be
But
reward.
yeah, there'll be reward. Yes, there are
Mhm.
times it will take us to the mall, it will buy us things, and we'll
Mhm.
come back home. And
Mhm.
I have to be dutiful, a dutiful wife.
Mhm.
That's it. So
That's a
yeah,
conditioning. Yeah,
yes.
if he knows he did science, he's a doctor, so he knows what that means. That's conditioning somebody to behave.
Mm-hmm.
It's like training behavior in children. When you are
Hmm.
good, you get perks, you get this, you get that. And if you are
Yes.
not good, then this is what I will do to you. It's a
Hmm.
psychological way of programming people.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
So after this occurrence, my mom had to go back. She cut short her visit. She went back to Nigeria. She couldn't take it anymore. And my brother sent me. No, it wasn't even my brother that sent me money. It was his own brother, his younger brother. Till today, he doesn't know. That was his younger brother. That one is in UK. He was the one that sent me money to buy ticket to go to my brother in New Jersey. He was the one that sent me tickets, money to buy ticket. He sent me almost $500 then. So one night that he usually goes to work at night, so I'd already planned my escape. When he
Mm-hmm.
went to work, I already called the taxi. We bought the
Mm-hmm.
ticket, so we just disappeared. I just took maybe two clothes for the children. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
take so much. My baby was just maybe 3 months or something. And
Mm-hmm.
my first child, we went to New Jersey. So from October, we were there till like December. Normally, the plan was for me to stay there. He should just move from where he was and come and join us at least, so that everybody will be seeing me close by, not where we were, the state, we're in Louisiana, that and nobody was there to like monitor and to be close to the family and stuff. So we were there for like almost 3 months. So he started calling me privately. Nobody knew. I was picking his calls. He was begging me, crying that I came to America now and leaving him. Is this how I'm going to repay him? Emotional blackmail, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So he said he has changed. He has realized his mistake, that he loves
Mm-hmm.
us and he loves the children. That
Mm-hmm.
do I want to end up as a single mom and blah blah blah. So he emotional blackmail, and I
Serious
felt
one,
bad.
oh.
I
Yes.
felt bad. So
Mm-hmm.
I told my brother that, oh, I'm going to spend Christmas with a friend of mine in Texas with the
Mm-hmm.
children. That
Mm-hmm.
I bought the tickets. I bought
Mm-hmm.
the ticket, and my brother took me to the airport. And when we got to the airport, me, unknown to my, I wasn't smart enough. I didn't know that they will ask, as in my brother will see the where I'm boarding, as in. So he now said, is it Texas? You said you're going to Texas, but this is Louisiana. That are you going back to him? My brother was sad. That why will you do this?
Hmm.
For
Mm-hmm.
years, the
Mm-hmm.
relationship between myself and my brother is the
Was
firstborn and
strange.
the lastborn,
Hmm.
because we're six. I'm the last of the six.
Hmm.
He didn't talk to me again. He
Hmm.
couldn't he couldn't forgive me.
Hmm.
I went back to him. I went back to him.
You
Then I
have
was
you went back to your Mongo Park.
that was season two. Yeah, season
Mm-hmm.
two of my of my trouble. I
Well
went
done, my
back to
darling.
him,
When
and
well done. Let me
yes, ma.
interject here, my darling. You are doing
Yes,
well,
ma.
Grace. Drink
Yes,
water,
ma.
drink water. Good girl. Pele, pele.
Yes, ma.
God is good. Let me tell you something, my people. Yvette, Mongo Park do not change. Okay? If you are listening to this live stream and you are in a situation where they keep doing this and they will beg you, I will change. It's you that made me do it. I love you. Love is an action. Love is not something you say, I love you. If you love somebody, you don't put your hands on that person. If you love somebody, you don't treat them in a bad way. So, Mongo Park, they don't change. Okay? This is who they are. And if
Hmm.
you are that woman listening to Grace's story today and you are under the illusion, he will change. He said he will change. I know it's very, very confusing. It's hard. It's not easy. Any woman that's ever been through it, I haven't, but I know a lot. I've heard this story so many times, including my own sister's one that deleted. So I know they don't change. Okay, but you know the things they'll be using when Grace was talking about emotional blackmail. The things like, do you want to be a single mother? If
Hmm.
somebody asks you that question, knowing your situation, no woman wants to be a single mother. And that thing can catch a lot of people to speak. I don't want to be a single mother. Oh. My father and my mother raised me. Why should I raise children? No woman chooses, or most, let me not say no. Some are making decisions to be single parents today. But from where we come from, it is not a conscious decision that somebody will wake up when you are married and say, you know what, today is a good day to leave my marriage
Mhm.
and be a single parent. No, we don't do that. Not culturally, not, our religion. No, does not allow it. It's situation that forces people to be single parents. But when somebody is trying to tell you, wait, do you want to be a single mother? Ask the question, do I want to be alive? Or I
Hmm.
want to buy? Because that was the question that Osinachi struggled with. She didn't want to be a
Hmm.
single mother. But today, Osinachi is under the ground. She left 4 children for her family who are struggling to take care of. So if you are listening to this, I hope that this story will encourage you to know that you have a choice to make between being a single mother, single parent, or being under 6 foot. Because continuous DVs, ó máa ń pààyàn ni, wàá kú dànù ni,
Hmm.
ó máa kú dànù ni. It's not kò ń ṣépè. It's not somebody is cursing somebody. You go delete. So you have a choice to make. It's not easy, but you have a choice to make. Eshe. Thank you
Hmm.
very much, Grace. Carry on. You went
Yes,
back
ma'am.
to Mongo Park, even
Yeah.
despite all the effort of your family. May God bless
Yes.
your brother in America. God will bless your family.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, ma.
Mhm.
So I got back, and it was, at least it changed for a while. When I got back, it, I registered in nursing school. We bought a car. We bought a car then for me to be driving, because he had his own car then too.
Mhm.
So he bought a car for me. So I was using it to run errands, taking the children to school, and I was in nursing school. So immediately I was like moving from level 1 to level 2. I was doing well in school.
He
But
allowed you to go to school. How did you manage that, Grace?
that was the plan for me to come back, that he has changed. Yes.
Okay.
So that was a sign that, oh, thank God, at least my marriage is better now. So I was trying to prove to my family too that I didn't make a mistake of coming back. Now it's much better. And so then I got used to like two different families in there that were like close family friends to us. So I thought at least we are having friends now, that everything is getting better.
Was he still
So
putting his hands on you? Sissy is asking. Was he still putting his hands on you since it's changed at this
I
point?
then it's turned to verbal, as in there's always verbal abuse and stuff. I can't really remember any major DV, physical DV. Then it was
Okay.
verbal, yes,
Okay.
because he
It's on.
wanted to prove, yeah,
Yeah. Go ahead, my dear.
he wanted to prove to me that he has changed. At least then I thought he learned his lesson, that he didn't want to lose his family. So that time at level 2, I was halfway nursing school. So he now said, because he wasn't getting into medical school, he wants to go back to Nigeria. That we should all pack our load and go to Nigeria. I now said, why not you go first? We don't have any place in Nigeria. You're going to stay with your family. Why not go? You go and settle there. Then when I'm done with nursing school, I'll have something to take back home. At least it won't be as if I just left. All my other fellow colleagues in the bank, they've risen from the level I left them. At least I'll have something to hold on to start life in Nigeria. That was what I said, though. That was when it changed again. It's
Mhm.
like, as in totally, that, as in any little thing beating again, as in front of the children till today, they still remind me that, I remember when daddy used to do. I always tell them, don't let us be recounting all those negative times.
Hmm.
Don't let us, let's just get over that. So he went to report me to one of the family, that our family friends there, and those ones advised him the same way, that what she's saying is right. You go first. Don't just carry all your family at once and blah
So he
blah blah.
wanted you to just leave nursing school and follow him to Nigeria again.
Yes,
First of all, he
yes, yes,
uprooted you from Nigeria when you were comfortable to come abroad. Abroad.
yes.
Now he want to uproot you halfway in nursing school to go back to Nigeria
Halfway.
because he didn't succeed in becoming a doctor in America. He wants to go and
Yes.
try his luck back in Nigeria. The same Nigeria he left. He wants to go back
Mm-hmm,
there again. This time around, drop everything, take your children, let's go. So whatever he says is
mm-hmm.
what you will do. It doesn't matter what you want to do.
Yes, yes.
Hmm.
I'd already gotten my papers then and everything. So I that was the advice I gave him. That was when this problem, the final stage, now started. Even his family members in Nigeria, I was even tired of calling them complaining, because it would be as if at me, Nisuru, that I don't have that patience and stuff, you know. So it now, even the Nigeria that I was even going, it didn't even go at the end of the day. So
Mhm.
he now, like,
Fun. A lot of people in the comment section are saying that he wanted to deceive you back to Nigeria to deal with you there.
I think that, yeah, I would have Mati Jenyon mi ní ṣu àbí báwo lè ṣe máa
wàá gbà tó
sọ.
bá ṣe dé mmm ó máa ní ṣe bó lẹ́nu lamẹ́ríkà máa sọ fún ẹ pé nàìjà la wà yìí ó lẹ́nu
Yeah,
ọ̀rọ̀ wàá gbà.
it would have shown me Pepe. So I was now like having that recognition, I was now like getting myself, that confidence is coming back. I had this instructor in school. She's a white lady. I'm forever grateful to that woman. She knew that I was struggling, as in I was like almost like failing my classes. She called me to her office. That was going on. I had to open up to her. I cried. She now said, "No, you're not going to give up. That she's going to see that I finished this nursing school." The woman, she'll always send me a message if she doesn't see me that I should come to her office. Anytime I go, she'll give me money. So I stopped going to the office. She'll come to my class. She'll wrap the money in a paper, put it on the table, just walk out. As in, she was really, she made me to apply for a scholarship, and I got the scholarship. So because I was going to nursing school. It wasn't paying for the nursing school. Thank God. I give God the glory that it wasn't the one paying. I was taking financial loan, financial aid for nursing school. So I was all the time. Later on, he allowed me to be doing CNA, because after passing level 1 in nursing school, I have the certificate of the CNA, even though I couldn't go to that class there. So I was able to work maybe like 4 hours when the children at night, whenever he's available to sleep at home, I'll go to work, just to like earn some money. So that was how I managed. And when he started seeing that I was having that independence, everything, all hell let loose. He called Nigeria that I wasn't listening to him, that Motidi, Yawo, America, this and that, that I wasn't doing my duties again. And I got to know, actually, I didn't even know anything like that was happening. We went to a birthday party. I took the children for a birthday party, and I noticed everybody was like looking at my side. Tadi Momo, I didn't know anybody. So I kept quiet. After the party, a woman now called me to the side that we hear what is happening. No, you and your husband, you that you are. Did she say you that you are a slow poison or snake, as in deadly snake or something? She described me that she didn't know that I'm fire. This and that. That your husband said you don't take care of the house, you don't take care of the children. That I can't remember the Yoruba word that she said. Hey, I can't remember now. She said something. Hey, I'll remember later that I'm being promiscuous.
Yeah.
So
That's what he's been telling people.
Onishino, yeah, Onishino. I didn't even know the meaning of Onishino. I thought I was spending money in the wrong way or something. I didn't know
Grace,
that
you are
was
such
what
a
it
church
meant.
girl. You don't even understand what Shino means.
Yes, I didn't know then. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I cried. I cried, and I was able to open up to that woman to tell her everything that has been going on. So that was what, like I said, no, I can't continue in this environment. It's toxic for me. Inside the house is toxic. Even outside is toxic. I can't go to any gathering again, and I didn't want my children. I actually faced him. I told him that I heard this outside, this and that. He said, no. He first denied that. No, I didn't say that. Then later, he now said, hey, I didn't say that much. I said, but
yeah, the plan is that because now he's telling you we should go to Nigeria, you are refusing. You are still going on with your nursing school. You are progressing. And he can already tell. Somebody in the comment section said that Mongo Parks always know. They think ahead. So he's looking out, America. I'm trying to get this, my doctor's, whatever, board exam or whatever he was getting into to qualify to work as a doctor. I can't get it. But this girl, Towalo John, just the other day, she's about to become a nurse. When all else fails, Mongo Park will tarnish your image.
Yeah.
That's what he was doing.
He
So that
succeeded.
now he will
Mm-hmm.
make himself look good. But this is what they do. You see all those
Mm.
men that are always running to daddy freeze and they are shouting about abroad wife, abroad wife. This is how they kick it. They did it. This is it. Go and
Mm.
ask their wives. Any of those men that you see shouting up and down on social media, go and ask their wives. We had a case of Maureen. How many of you remembered Maureen? The husband made a whole video saying how the wife is this, the wife is that. When Maureen came, all the table broke. The videos are still here. Grace, I don't know if
Mm.
you watched those videos. We did 2 shows.
Yeah.
When
Yes,
Maureen
I think
came
I
and
did.
told us about it, we
Mm.
called the husband out, we called his name out. He
Mm.
didn't respond till today.
Mm. Yeah.
So yeah, that's Mongo Park. Now let's get to the good stuff part, Jerry. What did you do
Yeah.
going forward?
So we separated then. We separated, and I was in my final year in final level in the nursing school. So I moved to a one-bedroom apartment. So when I moved, I the only thing I took from the house we were sharing together. It was a town home that we rented, not our own house. The only thing I took from there was the bunk bed, my children's bunk bed, and the TV. So when we moved to a one bedroom, I was using small mattress to sleep on the floor, and I was doing my CNA at night and going to school in the morning. So I had a family, a friend. She's from Ghana. I'm forever grateful to that woman. She will have my children for the night, and I'll go to work and come back in the morning. My children were attending the same school with their children, so she'll take them to school, and that was how I managed clinicals. I'll go early in the morning, 4 a.m. I'll drop my children in the morning, go for clinicals in the morning. Then I shall manage. I went through nursing school. I graduated. I even told him I was so glad. My it was like he will come once in a while to pick the children, just to for them to hang out with him. So out of excitement, I went outside. Normally, I didn't have anything to do with him, but I went to meet him in the car. That I'm graduating next week, in nursing school. Do you want to come for my graduation? The next thing he said was, I'm talking to a lawyer about the divorce. So you
Hmm.
get the papers. That was the next thing that came out of his mouth. I really
Hmm.
felt bad because I was still thinking that at
You're
least now
still
that he sees
hoping.
that, yeah, that
Hmm.
maybe we'll come back together and be
Hmm.
more serious. That was the
Yeah.
next thing. So it kept like using that divorce as something, as in using it on me,
To
that
threaten you.
to
Yeah.
threaten me like a threat,
Yes.
exactly. So
Hmm.
eventually, that was the first project I did, Auntie B. Immediately, I started working as a nurse. I I saved money, and I was the one that got the lawyer, and I served him the divorce papers. It
Ah,
was
he
it
didn't, he
was
didn't send you the papers, the divorce papers. When you
no, he
say you
didn't.
contacted the lawyer.
No, he was using that to threaten me, but I was done with him. I was done. Then because
Mhm.
I needed to move out of that environment, and before I could leave that state, I had to like have the custody of the children and everything. So I had to serve him. I served him the papers, and I got custody of the children. At least I have the not full custody though, but at least they stay with me fully. They just go once in a while to spend holiday with him. So that was how I
Hmm.
moved from that toxic environment.
Hmm.
So
Pele, congratulations. I'm so happy for
yes.
you. Well
Thank
done.
you, ma.
With everything you went through, you succeeded and you became an RON. RON in America is a big deal.
Ye-
Well
I
done.
give
Well,
God the glory.
with two
Yes,
young
ma.
children. Now tell me the icing on the cake. You've not told us the icing on the cake yet.
Yes. So I moved to the new I moved
A
from
new
Uganda
state.
to
Mhm.
yeah, to the new
You don't
state,
need
and
to
I
mention
started.
it. Yes. You move
Yes,
somewhere.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, ma. Thank you, ma. So I started from one bedroom. I was doing home health, still managing with my children. I was paying for so in the custody thing, he said it was going to be paying so amount that I can't take more than that because it's not working. But he has like 3 degrees, the MD and 2 other master's degree, but he's still doing that taxi. He has graduated to Uber. So I sha accepted everything. It was one that gave me conditions. He will be talking to them every day. He will do this, he will do that. I sha said yes, 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 so that I could leave that place. I
Yeah.
could leave the state. I said yes
Mm-hmm.
to everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I at least I was able to rent a place. My brother helped me. I rent a place and I started as working fully, and I was able to save up. And thank God I finished my BSN. Also, I started as associate. I did my BSN. You will even be telling the children it's not ordinary associate she has. That you is always whenever they go to
He
it,
can
my
he
children
can
will
he
come
can
back.
practice as doctor. He's still making
Mm.
mouth. You that is a doctor in Nigeria and you are come to America, you cannot be a doctor all these years. And you are still bad mounting somebody. Ṣó tiẹ̀ jẹ́ kó lẹ́nu ọ̀rọ̀ ni bọ̀dá
Mm.
ṣó jẹ́ kó lẹ́nu ọ̀rọ̀ ni ó jẹ́ kó gbẹ́nu ẹ̀ dákẹ́ ó jẹ́ kó olódo ra bàtà.
My children they'll come back to tell me. I don't question them. I don't ask them about anything. They'll be the one that daddy said this, daddy said that we
Still
shouldn't
bad mounting you to your children.
you only have associate degree, that I'm the one that broke the family, that we are supposed to be together, but
Ṣé
it's
ń
your
gbọ́?
mom that doesn't want family. She's not committed to the
Mhm,
family, this and
mhm.
that.
Should
So
be committed to
I
abuse. You should
so
commit to abuse. Mhm.
So that's how I rose from associate to BSN. And thank God I'm about starting my NP school by the grace of God. And I was like really struggling at the beginning. I won't lie, and to be, it wasn't easy.
I
It
can
wasn't
imagine.
easy.
Mhm.
It wasn't. At times I'll cry. I'll cry at night. I'll talk to God. I'll be praying. I was like really praying. Then I'll be talking to God as if He's right beside me. That God.
Of
So
course,
what
it is.
what is the point of being a good girl at the beginning? I
Mm.
should have like gotten a better experience. I always
Mhm.
like trying to like I don't know, but thank God, God was there for me all through, and my family was there for me. I like play. We moved from one bedroom to two bedroom, and from two bedroom, I now said, why not? Since I'm paying comfortably, just go and get a house. And I bought my house. I was able to get a
Yay.
house to the glory of God.
Pause. Let us first say Tiri Bosa to Grace. Bosa. Doing things. Doing
Thank God.
things.
Thank God. Yes,
Coming
Lord.
to America with all this wahala, but God kept you. We often talk
Mm,
about good girls and, wayward girls, if there's anything like that. And we did a show
mm,
here once upon a time where we were talking about how good girls always seemingly finish last. You're a good girl. You are not dating up and down, you are not sleeping around. You married as a virgin. Yet, Simon go back trying to frustrate you. But you know what? God, you said you were praying like he was beside you, but he was beside you. I
mm.
know you can see it now that he was beside you. From
Yes.
coming to America and all the experience, everything negative, you are a homeowner today. So
Mm,
this just goes to show you what we can achieve if only he was
mm,
good to you. You could
mm,
have still achieved all these things with his support in his family. I don't know if you heard the story of when Brother Ben was telling
mm.
us a few days ago about he and his wife and how they collaborate and
Yeah.
made their marriage work. You could have still
Mm,
done this thing. This home would have been your home together. But because he chose
mm,
to be unfortunate,
mm.
that's why, it didn't work. It didn't. Because there's nobody that can continue like that when you are treating them like they are a piece of property. How can you be going out? You put a sign on your AC, babe, do not touch.
Do not touch.
I can't get
Mhm,
that out of my head, babe, do not touch.
mhm,
So leave it.
mhm,
Whatever I say in this house is what goes. You don't dare touch my AC.
mhm,
See, when you choose to build together like Brother Ben and all the other good men out there, it's for your own good, though. You hear what
mhm.
Grace has said? He's still driving. Not that we are mocking Uber. We said Uber is a job. Taxi
Mm,
driving is a
yeah.
job. But for somebody that
Yes.
was a medical doctor, this is where you see people again in that free saying, you're a medical doctor in Nigeria. You come to drive Uber. Yes. When I posted this story, I posted a snapshot of it on my Instagram. A lot of people were saying these are ways that you can get into, you can still get to that level without trying to pass. Then again, it comes down to the company that you keep.
Hmm.
The company that you keep, the people that you surround yourself with. Some people get stuck. He got stuck now, and till today, you are a registered nurse and you are, all the levels now, you are going further in your nursing career, and he's still driving Uber.
Hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Congratulations.
really feel for him, but well, what can I do? I still tell my children, let's keep praying for your daddy. Is going through some things, and because if he's making it now, and to be Shebi or Komima Ballet, he will be able to take good care of his
Is he
children.
paying child support?
The money, he will not invest. So that's what I want to say. The money is paying. It's not even up to the medical insurance I'm paying for the children.
It's okay.
I'm just like taking it at the let me just take it.
It's fine.
Akosowo low.
It's all right. It's fine.
Yeah.
God will take you to a place where you will be independent and you will take care of your children by the grace of God. Chidinma is saying that congratulations to you, Grace. If you
Thank
need
you.
preceptor for your NP program, reach out to me. I am a PMHMP. I don't know what that means, but I'm sure you do.
Yeah. I'm actually planning to do FNP, family NP.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Just because, yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Chidinma, for
Thank you.
offering. We
Thank you,
appreciate
Chidima.
you.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So the final one is so now that it was just last year that I got the house and I bought a new car and Isha came around because anytime the children have things to do in school, they're on honors roll. He will come. He will come as the father. He will come and take the
To take the
glory.
glory. Mm-hmm.
Yes, he's
Mm-hmm.
always the first. He's always the first to show up, taking
Mm-hmm.
pictures and everything. There was even a time my son was taking his award. Anytime he's passing by us, he will give him high five. So my son was now saying, "Why is daddy embarrassing me? Other parents are not giving high five." I said, "How would they know that he's your father? He has to show up now." Even though I was the one doing everything to the glory of God, but it's okay. It's
Mm-hmm.
okay. So that was when he now started showing signs that he wanted to come back. He would
Yes,
come
so
for the thing. It was being nice. I wish I gave him opportunity to sit down. We had a talk, but everything he talked about was how people separated our family. That it was this family that caused the breakup. He never
no
for one
accountability. Mm-hmm.
yeah, no accountability that
Yes.
I'm sorry for what I did, no remorse, nothing. That
Mm-hmm.
it's because you allowed this family to know about our business, this and
Mm-hmm.
this. That was how
Mm-hmm.
we can still make it. He now
Mm-hmm.
said that I shouldn't tell my family, that I shouldn't let anybody know that I now said, okay, even if you want to come back, let me see the changes. Let me see that you have changed. You can move close, maybe you rent a place and stay, and let me see that you've really changed. He said, why? Why would he rent a place that he can move in? He can move in and I
He
can,
wants to move in.
yes, and put his name. I should put his name on the house, no, not the mortgage. He specifically said that to be on the title. That was what he told
Grace,
me.
Grace, he said you
Mhm.
shouldn't put his name. Don't put my name on Bese, which is the mortgage,
On the
but put
mortgage,
my
yeah.
name on the mortgage deed so
On the
that
title, yeah.
we'll be co-owners, Abi.
Co-owners. And I'm still using the same last name. I didn't change my name. Oh. I'm still
Mm-hmm.
using his name. Oh.
Are you going to do
Then
it?
he gave me to Auntie B. Listen, the second condition was that he wants one more child. That be more
He's
sick.
giving you condition.
He's the one that came back. I said, "Are you done?" And then there's one other condition I can't remember. I said, "I don't need to go back to give you answer. I have my answers now." That
Okay.
everything is no, no, no. That I'm sorry. Let's just forget that this discussion ever
Are you not
happened.
divorced officially?
Yeah, we're divorced officially. He said we can just walk into the courthouse. Maybe we know each other already. We'll just go
Okay, you
and
should remarry. You
remarry,
should remarry your
remarry,
abuser. You should go and marry your
remarry.
abuser again. Ah,
Just
Obadan.
this early this year. Just early this year.
Okay.
That was what happened. I said, I'm
Mm.
sorry. Everything is no, no, no. Let's just continue to be co-parenting, mutual respect, and that's it. So ever
So,
since, yeah,
mhm. Keep your
yeah.
wins to yourself, my dear Grace.
Hmm. Hmm.
Keep your wins to yourself. He didn't even need to know that you bought a house, but you told him, or maybe the children told him. I don't know
He
how he
has to,
found
he
out.
has to know because that's part of the. He has to come pick the children and know where they're staying and
Yeah,
blah
but you
blah
could
blah.
have thought that
So
maybe you are renting. He doesn't know that you own the property.
out of excitement, you're right, and B, that was
Yes,
what one of my family said too. But out of excitement, I shared with
yes.
him.
No,
Yes,
no, 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 no.
yes,
Stop sharing.
mm,
Look, is your. I understand the sentiment will always been there. I'm not trying to be
yeah,
mean, honestly.
mm-hmm,
But this
yeah,
person has demonstrated over time that is not
mm,
on your team. If you don't play,
mm,
if we are not on the same team, then we are in opposite team. You're playing against me.
mm, mm,
So move silently. That's what I will tell you. God is still
mm.
going to bless you with more breakthroughs in America by the grace of God. But please keep
Amen.
your wins to yourself. You don't need to
Mm,
share it with him because wọ́n ní báwọn náà
yeah.
ṣe ń sọ pé aláǹgbá àmọ́ ní tún àmọ́ ní ẹni tí inú ń rò gbogbo aláǹgbá ló
Tinunu to
how do they say
Danudele.
it?
Yeah.
Ehen. All
Yes, ma.
aláǹgbá has they are flat on the farm. We don't know the one that has belly ache. They are all on
Mm-hmm.
the all of them are on the floor. So be careful.
Mm. Yes, ma.
Yeah. I know you are a good girl, you are nice, you're a Christian girl, first man, first boyfriend, first husband, first everything.
Mm-hmm.
But you need to
Yeah.
look at people's intention. He's still thinking about going to remarry you and giving you condition. The thing
Mm-hmm.
that we are very strong on this platform that you know is accountability.
Mm.
If somebody cannot even say, I'm sorry, you, I put a note on AC, that AC one, I can't get, I told you, I can't get that out of my, do not touch. And it's telling
Yeah.
you, it's because you are telling people, that's why our marriage failed. It's your
Mm-hmm.
fault. You never even acknowledge that your mother-in-law came and the way you treated that poor woman, she had to cut short her visit to return back to Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
That person that has no accountability has no remorse and they can never change. All right? I know we
Mm-hmm.
want to keep family. It's good to be together with family, but what doesn't buy you makes you stronger. So I
Mm.
celebrate you. And I also thank God for the family that you have. You have amazing
Yes.
family. Most families will say, just stay
Mm.
there, manage, oh, just continue to manage. People have been managing like that. And some people will
Mm-hmm.
buy, some people will go into mental health hospital. Some people are
Yeah.
depressed, they're on medication. But God didn't make that your portion.
Yes.
He gave you grace. He gave you strength and resilience. It wasn't easy. But today, uh-uh, I saw your
Mm-hmm.
kitchen, no, but I'm sorry, Lekon. You
Oh.
know your American houses can be big. See how lovely that house is.
Thank
The
you,
grace
ma.
of God is
Thank you,
upon
ma.
you. Congratulations,
Thank
my
you.
dear. Now, finally,
Mm-hmm.
before we start taking calls, guys, I'm
Yes,
sharing
ma.
my link. If you want to say something to encourage grace or you have a similar experience, whatever it is you want to say, please jump into the studio very quickly. Before I let other people talk, Grace, why did you want to share this story with the world today?
Yes. Thank you, ma'am. I just feel that I'm in a better place now. And at least thank God here I am today with my children. We're better off. We've been living better than better than how we were before. Now we go on vacation every year. I took them to Disney. I just felt that no matter how you start, it will be difficult. I'm not going to lie. It will be difficult. But just know that the God that you serve will see you through, because
Amen.
especially because of the children, it's not a good thing for them to experience such, to be in a toxic environment. They will, because I noticed my children were now shy, as in they didn't like mingle with their friends. They didn't have that confidence. I now thought, is this how I'm going to raise my daughter? Is this how I'm going to raise my son? That no, no, I'm not going to accept that. I'm not going to let that continue in
Did they
in
have any
in the
counseling,
lineage.
your children? People kept asking, did they have any
N-
intervention after leaving that
No,
environment? Okay.
no,
Maybe
they
it's
did
something you
not.
should look into because they need it, especially because you have a son and a daughter. And they need
Yeah,
to know that that was not, I know they understand it, they are quite young,
mm,
thank God. But still,
yeah,
Obodo children
no,
are very sensitive and they do tend to internalize things because they've
mm,
experienced that DV for a while before you had the courage to leave
yeah,
for good. They might need some intervention. So if it's something that maybe you can get from your insurance, please look into it
yeah.
to see how you can get them some
Okay,
therapy. Okay?
okay, ma. Okay, ma.
All right.
I'll look into that. Yes, ma.
Yeah, yeah. So they just know that that is not the model of relationships,
Yeah,
that,
exactly.
it's not acceptable. Yeah. Thank God they are thriving now, but they still need to deal with that because they might be suppressing it. Sometimes they suppress it. But at the back of their
Mm.
mind, they remember this is how daddy was treating you. And I know when we're talking, you said to me that they say, thank God, oh, there's no shouting again. No, nobody will come to the house now and be shouting on you, mommy. You know,
Mhm.
they saw
Yes.
they saw him putting hands on you, and
Yeah.
that needs to be dealt with. Mm,
Yes, ma.
thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Do you have anything else you want to
Mhm.
say, or should I allow people to call now?
I think that's it for now. That's
Okay,
it for now.
well
Thank
done.
you.
Well done. Thank you for sharing with us. I appreciate you. You're an amazing, beautiful woman, and I pray that the Lord that has set you on this path will restore everything. There is no going back, yo. It's forward ever, backward never. Please do not go back. I thank God that your family are not going to even encourage you because you have a good family that sees, you know, they see that, you deserve better. Don't go back. Don't allow him to cajole you to go to the courthouse to go and marry somebody that you divorced because of DV. Not be juju be that. Now your nursing money they come for and that house. If you come this time around, he go clean you out, oh. Please be guided. Abi, brother Ben, I lie. Not be that nursing money they enter and go high now. Why you won't come back?
Thank you, Auntie B. Thank you for this opportunity, my sister.
Hey.
Sister Grace, the Lord is your strength. I'm so happy and inspired by your story. In fact, I'm actually at work right now. I just have a little break and I just feel like, let me just encourage you.
Thank you.
Um, God will protect you. God will guide you. God will
Amen.
bring somebody who will love you for you in Jesus'
Amen.
name.
Amen.
Um,
Okay. Brother Ben, you're at work. Are
the-
you still there? Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm right here. I
Okay.
used to
Your internet is not smiling today because you are at work. Mhm.
these people that are calling.
Uh-oh. We can't hear you very well. Brother Ben, your internet is not smiling, no. Maybe you try again, okay? All right. Let me add Honey Babe. If you want to share or you want to encourage Sister Grace, please jump into the comment section. You will see my link and join the show. Hair by Tom Rose said that, Grace, she's talking to you. She said that, I pinned it. She said, please reach out if you need help with your NP program. FMP here. I'm willing to help. Thank you so much. Hair by Tom
Thank you.
Rose.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. So, Hair by Tom Rose, please reach out to me so I can connect you. We rise
Yes.
by lifting one another. You see, help is already coming for you. Oh, God is
Thank
good.
you.
I love
Thank
Obudu
you.
Farm. You guys are too much. You're not too
Thank,
much.
thank you so much.
Yes. Please contact me on WhatsApp, yeah, Hair by Tom Rose, so that I can link you up with Grace. All right, Brother Ben, your internet was not smiling. You're back.
Yeah, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, my
Okay.
sister.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, so Sister Grace, what I want to tell you is this: God has brought you out of this. Please don't go back. I'm a man and I don't support any man lay hands on women. And I tell women all the time, once you are with a man who puts his hands on you, I don't think you have to stay because this America where we dey, you see how people they buy anyhow now. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
any small thing now, you have kids that you have to take care of. I do understand that when a woman is with her first love, your first career while everything is with him, is more or less like the only man you've known all your life. I know sometimes it's difficult for women to detach themselves from that kind of man. But obviously, thank God you are a nurse yourself now. You know what abusive relationship can result to.
Mm-hmm.
So please, I know you still have reservation, you still love him. I believe in one home, but I don't want to encourage you to continue with this. So definitely, if the man come back now, like Auntie B said and everybody is saying. It's just coming to finish you off.
He
God
will
no go
get
let that
half.
one happen.
Somebody talk and now say chemistry said Kemi said if you go back and you divorce again, he's gonna get half of what you've worked for.
Yes, yes. Right now, he just wanted to reap from bringing you to America. I think that's just his target right now. So please don't go back. I don't see you, but from the sound of your voice, you sound like a very beautiful woman. I beg my sister, better men dey. I dey sometimes I dey connect people on that G. If you don't mind, self, I go help you find better man. I'm
We need to find
serious.
man. No, you are right. Ben,
Find
we need to
better
find
man.
man.
You need to
We need
enjoy
to
your life.
because she never
Huh?
experienced better man. We need to find her
Yes,
a good man. Yeah.
you have to enjoy your life. I typically don't listen to one side of the story and come up, but so that's why I don't want to talk about most of the things you went through. The only thing that got me was that beating. He has been beating you all the way from Nigeria. No, till you got to US, he still continues. I don't see it. Sometimes when I interview some men in my side gig, some men who want to get married to a woman, one of the questions I throw to them that they don't know when I ask them the question is, I will say, if while being with this lady, she got angry one day and she slapped you, how would you react? Many of them are, slap me. Why would she slap me? Which kind of play be that? Why would she do that? Blah, 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 blah. I'll still insist, okay, what would be your reaction? No, she can slap me. If you put hands on me, then you want me to react. The moment I hear react, I know at the back of my mind that this is a red flag. Definitely, by the time you are with this woman, any small thing, you go begin give her gbas gbos. Although I think some of the things your husband did is out of frustration, is because he's not meeting his goals, his aspirations are not being met. But at that point, when he asks you to go to hospital to give birth to your baby
Prematurely.
37 weeks, come on
Yes.
now,
But Ben,
what's wrong with him?
no, now somebody way wicked. He like to control everything around them.
Ah, so just to allow others talk, I will just tell other women who have listened to your story. When you are with a man that don't give you freedom, it's happening all the time. Even during dating phase, you have seen it all the time. The man is all over you, monitoring you. What do you go? Where do you do? Who call you? Why did you sit here? All that. That is not a healthy relationship. They might paint it with love. They might tell you, I love you, I love you, I don't want to lose you. No, if you love her, you trust her first. That's my own
Thank
take.
you.
Oh. If he
Thank
loves
you.
you, he should trust you. And now he got married to you. You are a Christian woman. What's to give him that high level of jealousy that everything he has to monitor you, know where you go, know what you do? I don't know. Auntie B have said it all. He's battling insecurity on one hand. On the other hand, he doesn't even have fear of God. So please, God has helped you. You've been able to establish yourself in United States. Now it's time for you to enjoy. Now only man now you need now. Make I no lie. You just need one better man now. Man where he head correct to when no day after your
I
money
don't,
and you enjoy your life.
I don't even
Okay?
need any man.
Not
Uncle
everybody even
Ben,
need man. You not even
I
need
just want
man.
to, I need peace of mind
If you
Yes.
have
in my
somebody already,
house.
it's okay. I'm
You
Yeah.
just
don't even you know
saying.
she said she
No,
don't need man. Not
I don't
you
even
see
need man. No.
Brother Ben, when somebody don't go through that kind experience, not be everybody wants
Hmm.
man, no. Some people just need
Yeah.
peace.
I know,
Honestly.
I
And to
know.
be, and to be, I told you, I tried in 20 during COVID, 2021 after COVID to like get into a relationship with a guy. I knew he didn't have papers and I was ready to file for him and stuff, not knowing that he had his plans. It was later I discovered all his plans, and under 3 months, we were married already. Under 3 months, I ended it that no, I'm not going to repeat the same thing that has happened. It was almost abusing
Wow.
my children that
Wow.
I'm spoiling them. I said, these kids have suffered. What have I done that I want to take them to Disney, that I want to do this? It's not even enough. It was like
Yes.
envious of my kids. I said, no, it's better for me to stay alone. Let me take care of my children. Let
Yeah.
them be old enough. Then I can think
Yes.
of that. But for now, I just want to like concentrate on my children and my career.
Yes. Yeah.
That's
It
a good
happens like
one.
that. Yeah.
That's
Man
a
is
good
not
one.
sometimes when you've been through some things, especially for somebody like Grace, This was her first experience of relationship, marriage, everything. She's not a wild girl that was dating up and down, sleeping up and down. This is the only man she's ever known. It takes a long time. So let her just take I don't want her to be jumping from one, trying to find man. No, it's
What
okay.
example am I showing the children? I want
Yes.
them
God,
to.
when the time is right and you are healed, heal first. Yeah. Thank you, the
Yes, ma'am.
Ying. Heal
Okay.
first. And God will send you someone in his time. Don't worry.
Amen. Amen. Auntie B,
Amen.
thank you very much for what you're doing. Oh.
Thank you.
And you've listened to Sister Grace's story now. This bring back what I was telling you the other day, that every time you hear this news out there that one nurse divorced her
Nurses.
husband, one nurse do this one nurse do that one. Like I told you, Auntie B, I'm in the field. I have spoken with a lot of single nurses, single mom nurses. I've listened, and when they talk, some of them have the privilege of knowing their husband outside of nursing. Sometimes when I met their husband, when they narrate their own side of the story too, I'll just be like, wow. But you didn't know that. You didn't tell us now you did this to this woman, you did that to that woman. So
No.
there are many women now who are suffering the same thing. Some of them just stay in the marriage just because they know women Niger people can't give them name. Say, see, I'm you don't leave her husband, you don't that. I'm not in support of divorce, but once the marriage is getting to a point whereby your life is on the line, my sister,
Thank you.
God no go let us do GoFundMe for anybody behalf. Oh. All right, Auntie
Amen.
B, thank you very
Thank
much.
you,
Thank you,
Raben.
Sister Grace. I wish you
Thank you,
luck.
Eshe
sir.
Oh.
Goni.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you. Thank you, Raben. We appreciate you and speak soon. Thank you so much. Yeah. Ito dalolo mashe. I so much believe in God's timing. Yeah. It will happen when it will happen. Yemo lad, I really want to hear from you, but your connection is not good. Can you check your internet? You are connected, but it's not okay, it's worked now. Okay, I'll come to you, honey babe, after Yemo lad. Let's hear what Yemo lad has to
Oh,
say.
praise
Hello,
the Lord.
darling.
And the be of God.
It's been a while. I've missed you so much. Oh, the familiar báyìí kò dáa o.
Iná àlàáfíà kó.
Àlàáfíà ni. Àwa
Àlàáfíà
dáadáa.
kàlà ọ̀sán ló.
Láfíà kọ́.
Good afternoon from here. Ẹ káàsán.
Ó ṣé gan ni. Welcome, my darling. Báwo ni? Ṣé dáadáa ni àwọn ọmọ mi ń kọ́?
Àlàáfíà náà wà o. Ìjìnlẹ̀
Yes.
nínú ìjìnlẹ̀ o. Ẹ ṣeun o. Ìjìnlẹ̀ nínú ìjìnlẹ̀ o. Ẹ
Ẹ
ṣeun
ṣeun
o.
o.
Grace, àná
Àná rẹ̀
rẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀.
sọ̀rọ̀. Ẹ
Ẹ
ṣeun
ṣeun
o.
o. Òní mi
Òní
rẹ̀
mi
sọ̀rọ̀.
sọ̀rọ̀. Ẹ ṣeun o.
Mo ní ọ̀la
Ọlá
ọ̀la
mi á
sọ̀rọ̀.
sọ̀rọ̀. Ẹ
Ẹ
ṣeun
ṣeun
o.
o. Ìjìnlẹ̀
Ìjìnlẹ̀
nínú
nínú
ìjìnlẹ̀ o.
ìjìnlẹ̀. Ẹ
Ẹ
ṣeun.
ṣeun o.
Fantastic.
We thank God though. I just want to quickly, I've been chatting. I met the live program and I was so excited to meet it today. And I just really want to thank God on our behalf. And the reason why our people used to say Ile oko, Ile eko is because most of our men, sorry to say, are actually from research. Most of them are narcissists, you know. So when I say most, you know, like 85% to 90%, research has proved it. And I had to do the research over the years, like 3-4 years, when I experienced it twice, right? So that is why I'm saying this. So I think they now try to raise, especially my culture, they now try to raise women that will take the type of men that they actually raise. You
You are
understand what
talking
I mean?
about Yoruba demons.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo sọ fún yín, Aunty B, okay? So, and it doesn't really have to do with being street smart that much in Yoruba,
Yeah.
because even if you date street, one day you go still marry. Now the same thing, you go still meet. You still meet
Yes.
process, especially in our time, right? So, but the good news is whatever you sow, you reap. And God always stand by his own, okay? He will make a way where there seems to be no way. You can
Amen.
see how God eventually sent an angel to her to help her out, you know, in time of need, So I want to briefly say something to the ladies, because we are on the receiving end, because we are still the one. Mongo Parks call narcissists, they aim for ambitious and kind women. Okay. And for some of us, we have decided in this life journey to remain good and kind for a reason known to us. Okay, we know things that are happening in the streets. Well, I remember one of my auntie telling me, yeah, me, you are just doing like Boti. They used to tie husband down. They used to do this. I don't want to go that route. Okay, so we know a lot of things that is going on, but when people have decided to remain good and kind to humanity, especially when you were raised in love, we have to be very careful because Mongo Parks and narcissists come for people like that. Okay, so what I want to quickly put out there to the to people is they have the same format, okay, called algorithm. The first stage, they will love bomb you, okay, according to research by psychologists. The first stage of mongopaths that are called narcissists in psychology, and they are sick, yes. During the time when they are being raised, they have fundamental issues while growing up. So they tend to be broken, and it is irreparable because they cannot go back, they cannot turn back the hands of time to go correct that. While they are being raised, it's not their fault, but they are damaged. So the psychologists call them monsters, and they always go to destroy, and they don't change. And another point is that they have the same format, the same algorithm. The first thing is love bombing. The way they will rush you with love and all of that, if you are not careful, you think it's true love. From there, they start manipulating you, chasing people away from you, people that can be your defense, family, friends, and colleagues at work, neighbors. They make sure that they separate you by their words. Then they can now start their cheating and lying. And by the side, they're already grooming another partner through the cheating, okay? And after that, when you decide to react or when you get tired, everybody has his or her own limits. Maybe after 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, when you start pushing back, then they start the stage 4 called the smear campaign. That is character assassination. They will start talking bad about you in church, at home, in offices, to your neighbors. And they behave like angels most time. That's the algorithm. So that people that don't really know you feel the victim is the bad person. They do that all the time. It doesn't change. It's just that they have a whole lot of ideas, but the pattern, which is called the algorithm, is the same. So after you pull back, then they can now repeat and rinse, okay? So they go in circles and they don't bless your life. They don't allow you to grow. I've said this severally. I can talk and write books about this subject matter because it's my area of interest, because I've passed through it. But immediately I noticed, after my first marriage, I noticed I get out because I was raised in love, right? And the second one, which was just a relationship, I still get out. It's not easy, but you can't just allow another human to destroy you, okay? Let anybody say what they're gonna say. They will move on. But if, see, like Osinachi now, that she's gone, life goes on. They'll just type RIP, we sorry. But if you want to stay and fulfill that your purpose, your destiny in life, you got to do something. And they always to come back. I always say that too. And when they come back, they have come to finish what they have started. They don't change, and they have come to destroy. It's not their fault, but we don't want to be destroyed as good people. Then you can't take them back. And you are not a therapist, you cannot heal them. So they can try, they can beg. Sorry, it's not as if we are not nice, but sorry, you cannot come back. In fact, they don't even need to know what is going on in your life, Grace. Sorry. The distance has to be there, okay? Because the children can also be affected. I remember allowing one Mongo Park to talk to my child, and he was saying, he cannot pass in school. What do you know? What are you learning? That thing haunted my son for almost a year before he spoke out. I started praying for him. I said, you will be the head and not the tail. You will succeed. Just one phone call before I block the ring. Because where we come from, they wanted to say, let them see the child. Not all Mongo Parks can be father figure at the same time. We have to be smart. And Tibi, I'm telling you, I was broken. Tears was flowing down my eyes when my son was telling me. I said, just 5 minutes phone call. And this Mongo Park has succeeded in affecting, because these kids are emotional, especially when they are boys. They won't talk. He said,
Mm.
my son, my mom, I want to talk to you about my life. Oh, I don't know how I'm gonna be in future. I want to be great. He said, I cannot be great. I said, Jesus, what is
Mm.
all this? You see? So when they come back, they don't have anything to offer.
Mhm.
They are just empty. See, you see, it is your life that they want. That is what I can deduce after my third experience. That's your thing that is making you happy. That's what they want to take from you. It's not love,
Mm.
but it's
I
not
think
possible.
yeah, there's a conversation going on in the comment section with people saying that, oh, you can't say 90% or 80 something percent of Yoruba
I
men.
can say it. Who is saying that I'm not reading comments? The person can come on in here. I can say that. I'm not talking about Gen Z and Gen Alpha. Yes, I know what I'm talking about. I'm a Yoruba girl to the core, and they know. Our parents knows. Our mothers know. That's
It
why
is
most
the
of our
way,
fathers they will
yeah,
be
what I want
crying.
to say, let's forget
Yes,
about the start. It is the way. The problem I have with the culture is the way they raise men and women and the way they raise women. Okay? Yemolad, in the Yoruba culture, I say it here all the
yes,
time, Yoruba women are well prepared for marriage. They are the most
yes,
respectful, they are the most submissive, they are the most loving, they will do anything. They literally worship the ground that their husbands
yes,
walk on.
Auntie B. Yes, yes.
That is the truth. If you
That's
don't
the
Mm.
know,
truth.
go to Nigeria and see. I've not seen any culture in Nigeria that
I was
values
born in the
marriage and
80s. In
respects
case, in
marriage.
case, in case my voice is deceiving you, I was born in 1980, so I'm giving you
Oh,
stats. You
we
So
can
are the
debate
same,
it,
the
it's
but
the
same age.
upbringing. Yeah, Yemalad, if let
Yeah.
me just finish this point. It
okay,
is the way men and women are raised. That's why we're trying to educate parents now that they need
yes,
to raise both their female and their male children equally. Because
Mm.
they
all the
don't,
men from that
they
generation
don't.
that you're talking about, they were taught to misbehave. And that is why till
Yes,
today. How many times have you seen that there is issue in marriage, especially diaspora marriage? The mother-in-law is the one that will even stand behind her son Gidigba. And he will
yes,
tell
now,
you, leave my son alone. He's a man.
yes.
Allow him to live in his truth. Allow him to be this. So please, I don't want us to get distracted about this, but she knows what she's talking about.
I know what I'm talking about, guys.
Yeah, she
Okay.
does. She
Yes,
does.
Mm.
I'm a
The
Yoruba
culture
girl.
has
Yes,
prepared men to be Mongo Park. It empowers
yes,
the men to be Mongo Park.
yes.
Mm.
It
In
teaches them that
Nigeria,
for you to be a man, you need to be a Mongo Park. But the
yes,
women, oh, just continue to take it.
yes. If you want to decide to be good, they will even call you a weakling. Men will always
Mm.
be men. Sometimes I walk into my aunt's house that has she has like 10 children. She had twins 2 times, 9 boys, 1 girl. Each of their rooms, you will see them with different girls carry wine. And I've traveled far and wide. Okay, and I'm speaking for my culture. You can debate it, but I know what I'm talking about. And
It's not
I know
like I'm not saying that we're not saying that every man in the culture is like that, but I'm saying that on the whole, the way that they were raised back then,
yes,
it didn't prepare the men for marriage. It prepared them to be promiscuous, to do whatever they like.
yes.
And that is why you see a woman on my Facebook page, a Yoruba woman was saying that, if your husband is cheating, if he doesn't bring the before she open her mouth, I know she's a Yoruba woman. Look, I
Thank
can
you.
always preempt what a Yoruba woman will say.
Thank
Because
you.
most of them will say things like that. Kosi kakantao, kosi
Mm-hmm.
kakantao.
Mm-hmm.
This is the culture that prepares you like that. If you go
Yes,
on my Instagram page, you see that woman opening her mouth. I did a video about it and posted it yesterday.
yes. That's what they
Women
teach
are the
them to be.
enablers of Mongo
Yes,
Park in this
yes.
culture. It's a cultural thing where the man is allowed to philander and do whatever he likes.
The one,
It's okay.
yes, the one that do not want to philandra, even the mother-in-law will be the one that will bring a woman from the village. Okay, we know these stuffs into the matrimonial home. Since your woman is
Yeah.
a career woman, since she cannot do this, so
I don't
Grace,
I
I just
don't know the
yeah,
percentage, but I can tell you that
is high.
that
Sister B is
is
high, very high.
yeah. Yeah, but there's something fundamentally wrong in the way men and boys and girls were raised, and it needs to change. Because now a lot of women are saying, no, we can't take this anymore. You
Yeah,
can't, you can't.
how come the women are they are saying almost the same thing, and that's why oftentimes we listen to the women because we know how we were raised. Even the boys that decided to be good, they'll still call them woman rappers, simp, ajebo, just because they don't want to be philandering and become Mongo Park. They push them and push them while we were growing. And
There's
I was
something that
also in
happened the other day, Yemolad, a man
yeah,
in the US. We did a show here where the man in the US, he was living very
okay,
well, just like the story of we did a show, the last show we did, where the Liberian man said that the husband went to marry in Nigeria. A similar thing happened. He's a
You see,
Yoruba man. They were living very well. This I will link it at the end of this show if you want to see it. You
Gaskia.
know what the mother-in-law said? In fact, the stories are too many. There
Yes,
was
now.
one in Nigeria, Toekpe, the man is a medical doctor. I don't know how many of you heard of it. It was sensational that he was carrying children and everybody around. And
Yes, from
the little niece that was staying with them, the man was carrying this child, and the mother and the wife spoke out.
yes.
She called him out. The mother was saying,
What's the big
go
deal?
to okay, Anita. You
Thank
brought
you.
your husband out. Because the women themselves, the mother themselves went through it. So they don't see it as anything bad. So when you speak up against it, they see it as you are not conforming. You
Yes.
are challenging the status quo.
Yes. When I did mine, they were shocked to the bone marrow. To the extent that there's some call me that say, this one say, if we see a crown on your head, you are a man. I say, whatever you say, bye, Felicia, I'm gone. Because it was so unusual as at that time. I'm talking about 2008 now.
Yeah.
Because they see it as normal, but it's not just normal. So that's what I'm saying. Grace,
Yeah.
they don't come back, they don't change overnight. It cannot come back to make you grow. Okay, please focus on your children, and you don't need to share your achievement with him. They are joy killers. They are not happy for you because he wants your life. He wants when you were born, God knows you from the womb, and you have been destined to be someone. So he cannot swap it. That is the deep side of it. So they attract what they want. They have this fantasy and dreams that they are not backing up with actions. So that's why he's coming to say, I want to come back. It's not love. I've been there, and Auntie B knows very well. So you got to just close your eyes. I know it's not easy, but God said we should be wise like a serpent and be
Gentle as a
So
dove.
you got to apply wisdom at that point. You know what I'm saying? You cry. As you cry, you move. As you cry, you gather strength. As you cry, you forge ahead in Christ, because in Christ you can do all things. Who giveth you strength? Thank you, Auntie. I check
Thank
out
you.
that.
Thank you.
God bless
Thank
you.
you, Ma.
Nice to hear from you. Thank you so much. Yeah. I mean, it's not to say that they are not good men from the it's a whole culture of how many states in Nigeria. We're talking about thousands and thousands of people. But we're just saying that fundamentally this is something wrong that needs to be fixed. The reason why people raise things is not even based on their own personal experience plays a role, but also it is very, very common within that culture. That's why they call it out. Thank you so much, Rejo. Thank you. I was carried away. I didn't even thank you for the super chat. Thank you so much. That word, Yoruba demon. Where do you think it comes from? You don't know. You don't know. Honey, babe, welcome, Jare.
Hello, Auntie B. Hello,
Hi,
everybody.
darling. Welcome. Yeah.
I really enjoyed the last caller. Very insightful and very, very true. But what I wanted to say to Sister Grace is that I just want to commend you and congratulate you for having the self-love, determination, and the love for your children to get out of that toxic relationship. I just want to congratulate you. You're not doing it for yourself. You're doing it for your children, because you staying in that relationship, as you mentioned, it affected your children. And sometimes us as women, we're so focused on trying to mend the relationship, we don't think about the emotional abuse, that, as I called it, being in a toxic relationship. As much as you want to be and you want to be in that relationship, it does affect the children. So I just wanted to commend you for that.
Thank you.
Thank
And also
you.
I wanted to mention that I beg you in the name of God that you need to set your boundaries. I did the same thing. When I divorced my husband, my son, my youngest son was 8. I left the relationship when I was 5 months pregnant. I wanted to do the same thing. I wanted to divorce him, but I wanted to be his friend. I felt guilty for ending the relationship because I ended the relationship because of the emotional abuse. I didn't even wait for physical. I don't have that time. I was gone. But I felt bad initiating the divorce. So I was like going out of my way to talk to him. And that gave him power, and that gave him excuses to have conversations. He would insult me. He would assassinate my character. He would say things about my older son, because I had a child before I married him. And he was doing all the classic things that was mentioned, assassinating my character. People were coming up to me like, hey, So you've divorced your husband. Is it? And he was telling people I was cheating on him. He'd done all of classic assassination. But it took my friend saying to me, you know what? You need to set boundaries. So what I do now, my son is 8 now. We have a custody agreement, which we finalized 2 years ago. It's the summer holidays in the UK. So in 3 weeks' time, I will take him to his dad. Yeah, I take him to his house. I watch him knock on his dad's door. Soon as he enters the house, I am gone. We do not have conversations. Everything is email. He's going to take my son to Nigeria. I don't have a problem with that because it's in the custody agreement and I've got special circumstances that he cannot abscond with my child. But you need to be very, very careful in terms of your communication with your ex-husband. You need to be very, very tactful.
So
because
you don't get, you can get trapped again to go back.
Yeah, I'll give an example. When I was trying to do trying to be nice, do you know he hacked into my iPhone? He listened to all my conversations. He used to stalk me. I called the police. It got that bad because I gave him room. You understand? So it took me having to get a restraining order. It took me having to go to court. But it taught me to go through that experience. I don't want you to go through that. It was very, very shocking because I was still doing, he's the father of my child, this, that. Trying to be, you can't be friends with someone that you are no longer in a relationship with. Let him have his relationship with his child and you stay out of it. If they are young and you need to drop them, you stay in the car. You watch them knock on their father's door and you let them enter and you move on. When he drops them at your house, you open the door. You don't have nothing to say to him and you close the door. Simple. Because you don't want to give this man room to come back into your life. I made the mistake of doing that. And this guy was doing the same.
It can break down your defenses.
Yeah, I was very vulnerable. I was very vulnerable when I divorced him. You know, it was a lot going on because as you know, I left the marriage when I was 5 months pregnant. So you can imagine going through a divorce and breastfeeding a child. It was very emotional, and I allowed myself to be vulnerable. I was talking. He was wanted to come back. Same thing you mentioned. Wanted to come back. Me, like an idiot, gave him that room to even talk to me. He said he wanted another child. Can you imagine? I said, never. Never. You know what I did actually be?
According to Pastor Shola, he will say it's to trap you. They will give you, they will make you have 7 children.
Nah. You know what I did? Immediately, I blocked his number. And to today, he still didn't. My son is 8. The son that, the child that I have with him, he doesn't even know my number. If he wants to speak to my child, it's through Skype. You have to be very intentional with your communication with your exes. Because I assume that your ex is very much like mine, very narcissistic. So I have to put him in a corner where we don't speak unless it's email. So that is what I wanted to say to you, that be very careful. If your kids tell you that daddy said, you know what I say? I'm not interested. There was a time that my son used to tell me every single time, oh, daddy said this. Daddy said you're useless mom. Daddy said you're this. Daddy said you left him. I just ignored it. You just have to be very, very intentional. Whatever he wants to say about you, forget it. As you know your relationship with your child, you know what you're doing for your children. Forget him. You have to be very, very hardcore, which is the type of person that I am. Till today, he knows his boundaries. Like I said, from now, my son is 8. So I don't play. Well, you have to be like that.
And just focus on too, like you, Grace.
Yeah, I am. But the only difference is that I was born and brought up in the UK. So I know my mindset is very, very different. But what I will say is that, yes, I got involved with a Yoruba demon. And I know he only married me because I had papers. I do believe that. But it's at the end of the day, I have to deal with the fact that no one put a thing to my head to marry him. But I quickly ran for my life and for my children. So you, like I said to you, just be very intentional with your contact with your ex. Because they're very quick to want to come back to you. And you know what? They want to come back to deal with you. They're not coming back for the love, because at the end of the day, his ego is bruised that you left him. So if you go back with him, he will deal with you. Trust me. So you have to be very intentional. Let him see his children, but be very intentional. Put boundaries. Everything is email for me. He doesn't need to even. I bought another house since the divorce. He doesn't know it till today. All he knows is that I moved. He doesn't need to know your business. Whether you graduate, whether you bought an airplane, doesn't need to know.
Yeah.
And you tell
Yeah.
your children, don't be telling stuff to your dad. Yeah,
Yes.
if they're old enough to know, you tell them.
And you
Don't be.
need to, another thing I need to add,
Yes,
yeah, honey
yes,
babe,
yes,
you need to
yeah,
have a conversation, maybe through another person, or send him an email. And like honey babe said, I
yes,
like honey babe because she keeps everything, very, very solid. There's evidence, big paperwork. You need to
yes.
send him an
So
email. If he
true.
continues to talk trash about you to your children, you need to,
Yes,
to talk to him about that. It needs to stop. He needs to. He cannot carry on saying nonsense about you to your children. His
yes.
time with his children is his time with his children. Let him use that time to build his relationship and develop his children, his time with his children, and nurture them whatever he can give them. He's not even paying child support.
Can you
Why the hell
imagine?
is he spoiling you for your children?
Hmm.
That's not
Can I say
acceptable.
something? Can I say something, Auntie B? There was a time he was doing the same thing. He was, like I told you, I gave you a few examples of what my youngest son was saying to me, and I had to get my solicitor involved. It cost money, but it got to a stage where it was just too. It was literally, I was literally gonna have a breakdown. I went through a lot for the divorce, but you wouldn't know that now. But I went through a lot. I had to get a solicitor to write to him to say, do not say these things in front of this child. And he stopped immediately. You have to be that hardcore. You don't have to do it yourself. I know it's going to cost a little bit of money. I don't know what it's like in the States, but I would advise you to get a solicitor to speak to him. It very, written on paper. So there's an audit trail, but that's
Yeah,
what I
because
would advise.
thank you, honey babe. He thinks he's trying to do you. He's trying to offer, or he wants to get a quick one under the belt for you by talking because it's a Mongo Park. He doesn't see that this is actually harming the children. You cannot turn children against their parents. Whether it's a woman that is doing it to children, because some women do this as well. It's not, you can't do it. Don't use your children when you are playing that game of, your marriage didn't work. The children didn't ask to be born. It is the adults that brought these children in. So when you are going through your wilderness experience, your divorce, whatever, leave your children out of it. As a man, don't go and be telling your children that is the man, is your mama that caused it. Your mother is the reason why we are not together. She's the one. And you have been spoiling her and tarnishing her image to your children. You are damaging your children. Don't do it. It's only weak men that does that. Insecure men. As a woman as well, when you are going through a divorce, don't ever use your children as a pawn. You'll be telling your children negative things. The negative things that happen in the marriage is between you adults. Leave the children out of it. They are innocent. You are damaging them. So that's all I'm going to say. Accountability prefect, thank you very much for that strong word. I think it's very, very important for Grace to know that boundaries are important, because whether you like it or not, thank God you are not in the same state. I believe you are not in the same state. He can find a way to come back, because what it is that with time you begin to see that, oh, maybe it's not that bad though. Okay, maybe we can try again. You begin to see him like, okay, boya or no, she like babe, he's the father of my children. After all, we can make it work. Bongo Park don't change you. They don't change you. They don't. They don't. So you have to be strong. All right. I'm moving very quickly now because of time. We've done almost 2 hours. 3 minutes, everybody. Nisi, you are next. Welcome. Unmute yourself, please. Tell us where you're joining from. Nisi.
Hello, Auntie B. It's me.
Hi, darling.
How are you doing?
I'm good, love. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you. So
Okay.
this DV matter will never end. Like,
No.
it comes, we talk about it every time.
Mm-hmm.
I stumbled into this like just now. I didn't get to hear the whole story. But with DV, I'm one of those that experienced that, and I have a few things to say.
Okay.
So, Auntie B, you're doing well. Thank you so much. And I thank God that I was able to come live today, because usually when you do it, I'm working remotely today. When you do it, I'm in the office, so I can't possibly get in. So I'm happy that I'm able to get in today.
Okay.
So my message to Sister Grace, I didn't get to hear everything, but I know DV is still the same thing, the same Mongo Park, the same people do things here and there. And I kind of appreciate what the other caller talked about, love bomb. And that is exactly what is happening again. That's always their weapon. They use the love bomb. They always come and make you feel that everything is okay. They love you. You have to be wary of it. Don't suggest where you should live. He shouldn't come close to you. As much as you can avoid him, is nice. The only thing you have between you is just the children that are between you. So you need to be very careful with that. And they are good manipulators. They manipulate. I'm talking from experience. My kids, what they come to tell me in the house, that is nice. He has changed. He has done this. He has done that. Those are just BS. So don't accept that at all. The emotional blackmail. That is exactly what I was telling you by saying other people are responsible for your, for everything that would have happened between you. But that is you just need to be very careful. May affliction not happen the second time. He did it the
Amen.
first time. You have to be very wary of it. Run away as he wants to bring you down. My mom shared a story with me 2 days ago because we're still talking about DV and all that. And she said that do I believe that there's one man that it happened to. I'm sharing this story so that you will understand and maybe when you remember this story, you know you shouldn't do it. So she talks about one man that was always, sleeping around them with their daughter, that bad. So she raised the alarm. She left the house. Somehow the man went back pleading, begging. Everybody thought he has changed and the love bomb again that he did. And she fell for it. And the same story, they always want to get you pregnant. She got pregnant. You know what the man did? He said, "You with this one." Everything she wanted, he provided for her. So everybody, you're lucky, he has changed, though, this and that. You know what the guy did? He locked the room the day of the delivery. She couldn't go out.
She was pregnant.
She was pregnant, and he said, "You will see." So he padlocked the room from outside. So she had no access. The woman died.
I was going to say that usually when Mongopa come back, it usually is to buy somebody. That's why they come back. They finish
That's
what they
why,
started.
and yes, that's exactly his plan. So you have to be. That's why I had to tell you this scary story. If you remember, don't do it. They want to bring you down. Like they're already damaged people, and they want to damage some other people. They can't give what they don't have. They don't have love, and that's the only way they prey on people to show love, and that love is always fake. That like they're harmless, they can't do anything, but it's just like Eroileya. You know what they do to Eroileya now? You keep the Eroileya is ram that they use for festival. You know the way they take care of ram, like they are not going to
Before the
slaughter
day
the
they're going to buy it.
Yeah. So
You
the
will
way they
feed
will
it
take care of the
properly.
ram as if they love that ram. It's not that they love the ram, it's just for what they want to use the ram for. They don't want the ram to die, not because they love the ram. They want the ram to look good on their plates when they slaughter the ram. So let's be very careful. It's just all these words we're telling you. You will find a good man. You come across like a very good woman. You get a good man. You get someone. What you should be looking for now is people you'll be going for trips, enjoying. You said you've gone to Disney. That's nice. Someone you will roll with. That's
And
what you should be looking for.
yeah.
So that's all I've got to say. That's just to, and
Thank
when
you
you
so
want
much.
to meet, make sure you meet in public
Public
places.
place.
Want to
Yeah,
share
so you won't be
or
vulnerable. Yeah.
yes,
Don't
please,
underrate the
please,
fact that you loved him once. I'm sure there's still some residual love in your heart, even the way he
yes,
treated you. So don't
yes,
put
they don't,
yourself in a place where you become vulnerable. Because once you
yes,
sleep with him again, you might be tempted to take him back.
and they can use jazz too. So just be
Yes.
very
Somebody
careful.
said
These
that in the
people,
comment section. They can use
yes, they are
jazz.
damaged. They want to damage somebody else. Satan doesn't want to go down alone. So please be very
Be
wary. You've
careful.
done well. God is suddenly behind you, pushing you. You love yourself. This time is to love yourself, love your children, and do lovely things. This life is one. It's just
Life is
one,
sweet.
and it's sweet. It's
Yes,
so
so
with all pleasures, and that's what me and him for pleasures and all that. So definitely we'll meet in Jamaica, sister Auntie B.
thank you so much, Ibuku.
Okay,
I appreciate
okay,
you. Bless
okay.
Thank you
you.
so much. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much. Ibuku wants to let our cat out of the bag now. You want to tell the whole world now, eh? More fresh. Welcome, More fresh. I'm to you, Blessing. 3 minutes, please.
Hello.
Well,
Okay. Hello, Auntie. Thank you so much for the platform. Thank you. And I just wanted to say, Sister Grace, God bless you. God will continue to strengthen you and your children. Hurt people,
amen.
and I just wanted to say something that I was thinking about recently, that, this word narcissist, it seems to be something people keep saying quite a lot. And I just sat down and I thought about it because I've been doing a little bit of a research personally myself because of some Mongo packs that I've, come across, in this dating scene. But, in my research, uh, looking at what people have said about it, professionals, they are actually traumatized people. And I just thought that, in Nigeria, when we were growing up, a lot of people were beaten in ways that are actually abusive. And I'm saying this because narcissists, when you look at them, actually, technically they are abused people who were traumatized at a very young age. And that trauma is what actually creates and makes them narcissists, according to, professionals. And they can never change. They are unempathetic, but they are always attracted to empathetic people. Why? Because they know that empathetic people, no matter what they do to them, they would probably forgive them and they would come back. So they always look for their praise. They look for who they will pick. So they actually go around looking for empathetic people who will take their nonsense. So they don't have they don't have what's the word? They don't have they don't have
Empathy, is that what you're looking
empathy.
for?
That's it. They don't have empathy. They have no empathy. Look at what Sister Grace said when she lost her father and she used the call card and he didn't even have the empathy. Look at when she was pregnant. Can you see how he was abusing her? He was,
Her mother came. Her mother
yes,
came from Nigeria to help them free of charge. They're not paying her to be their babysitter. This Mongo Park put note on AC. Do not
and said,
touch.
do not touch. Exactly. They are
And she
unempathetic.
knows that this woman is coming from a very hot climate. And you
Yes,
decide to make the ACs freezing so that the house will
yes,
be uncomfortable.
yes. So
See
they know
that
what they're doing. These people, they know what they're doing, but they pick their praise. They pick their praise. They go out of their way and they're very manipulative. And when they see that they have done the worst and you leave them, then they love bomb you. So they look for ways to apologize to you. They can go out of their way just to bring you back in.
they will
And then
cry,
when you
oh. They
come
will
back in,
cry.
then they will show you that, oh, so, you have, you can disgrace me like this, and then they will show you times 100 of what they were doing before to show you that, I'm in control here. So they like to, keep you away from people. They don't want you to have friends around. They don't want your family to get too close because they don't want people to see that they are abusing you. And even when you're complaining about them, they're usually very nice outside. So when you meet them outside, you're thinking, oh,
very
so this
quiet.
person is, yes.
Quiet.
So
Yes.
when the woman is
Very
complaining that this man
gentle.
is abusing me or blah blah blah, they'll be thinking, no,
And
actually, I
you are
think
the
you are
problem.
the yes, you are the
You are the
problem because
problem.
this
This
man,
man is too nice.
yes, yes, he's too nice. How can you're always the one complaining? This man is always just looking and sitting down. How come you're the one always complaining? So I'm just trying to say that, Sister Grace, please don't think that you've done anything. Please just stay strong for your children, because this thing, another thing about what I've seen is that when like I said, hurt people. So when you think if you God forbid you don't go back there, but think about your children, because they will also be exposed to that. Do you
Yes.
understand? So you need to think about them
We
and
don't
think
want
about
children
the
turning out to be
best.
narcissists. We don't want our boys to be narcissists in the future. Ọlọ́run ò ní jẹ́.
Exactly.
Affliction will not happen a second time. We will not raise
Amen.
narcissists in the
Amen.
name of Jesus.
Amen.
Every spirit of
Amen.
narcissism we'll cancel it with the blood of Jesus. It's going to end with the previous generation. Even if you were married to a narcissist, you had children with narcissist, your children will not be narcissists.
Amen. Exactly. So please don't go back. Think about your children. You are you seem like a wonderful lady. There's nothing wrong in you leaving a man. I know that in our community we always frown upon it, but that generation, I believe that all that doesn't really matter anymore these days anyway. So just keep being strong, keep being you, and that's all I want to say. God bless you, Auntie B. Thank you.
Thank you, darling. Mo Fresh, love you, guy. Love you, love you, love you, love you. Thank you, darling. I appreciate you. Okay, we're moving very quickly to end in 20 minutes. So 3 minutes. Sister Blessing, welcome. You got 3 minutes. What do you have to say to our sister Grace?
Hello, good evening, Auntie B and over the farm.
I know you talk like
actually,
the way you talk, you you talk like the Queen of England, but you have 3 minutes today, Blessing. I'm telling you. So just continue to talk like somebody that is giving lecture. No wala. Meanwhile, would the fan please like the video? People are not liking. Let me get people to like. Blessing, the way you used to talk, like the former Queen of England, is okay. Just continue to talk like that, but I'm timing you. Welcome.
Actually, you're stealing my time. Okay. There are things I want to say here. I wrote them down. In our culture, and today I need you to correct me here, please.
Okay.
In our culture, cheating is nothing, but here a woman can sue her boyfriend, her husband for cheating, right?
You said that in our culture, cheating is nothing.
It's nothing. It's not illegal. A man can be married and have 5 chicks, and it's normal in Nigeria.
But here,
but here, you can sue your partner for doing that.
No, cheating is actually not illegal. It's not an offense. You can't
It's
sue
not an
somebody
offense,
for
but
cheating.
a woman can divorce her husband based on that, and she can have right for them to share their property, what they have built together in the marriage,
you can
right?
divorce. You can the other partner, whether it's a man or woman that cheats, you can divorce based on cheating, but it's not something that is against the law. It's a morality thing, so it's not against the law. Because white people too, they
but
cheat.
you can sue somebody for that.
No, you can't sue somebody from cheating. You can sue. No, you can't sue somebody
divorce
for cheating.
Them. You can only divorce them for that.
Yes, you can't divorce them based on cheating, but you cannot sue them that I'm suing you because you cheated. No, you can divorce. That's what you can do.
Okay. The reason I raised that point is when my own happened, like as of early this year, my uncles were saying, "No, when you're ready, you come to Nigeria, marry again." I said, "No, I doubt you all the Nigerian men living in Nigeria. That when I'm ready, I doubt them. I don't want. I can't go from here and go to Nigeria to marry somebody to bring that person over. I rather marry somebody in Nigeria who already understands the culture here in UK. The reason I'm saying this, Sister Grace, be open to date other people from other culture. Don't limit yourself to saying I must be with my Nigerian person. Be open to date other people. For me, I have said I can't leave UK here and go to Nigeria to marry somebody and bring the person over. And then I will start all over again. My school friends, my classmates in Nigeria told a guy that I was friends with them, not like we dated, no, we were just classmates and we were good friends. Oh, Blessing is divorced, is going through divorce. And the guy had to chat me. He didn't have my number. He chatted me on Instagram. Oh, I heard you're going through divorce. Oh, that is a good thing. We can get together again, and then look at me, fresh boy. You are already a single parent with a daughter, but I'm new chassis, and I'm like, how dare you say that to me? This is.
Did he actually say he's a new chassis? Blessing.
And today, what pained me more was this guy was busy sleeping with everyone in the class.
Ondo is fire.
He
Oh,
was
somebody say
busy.
blessing.
Yeah.
Ondo is very, very fire. I don't know whether we have a joke now about Ondo. Ben is the one that is from Ondo.
No,
Ondo
don't
is
say
very,
that,
very
man.
far.
I'm, I'm not. So I said to him, I didn't go to argue with him. I said, for saying this, I blocked him. Immediately, I blocked him. For now, my assertiveness, my awareness, as of 2013, when I got married, I wasn't street smart. I thought I was, but I wasn't. I was just in the church feeling that everyone is good. Now, my assertiveness and my self-aware is now 100% times. My antennas are high. If you're talking any trash, I'm blocking you immediately. And so, and today, one thing I have learned from Obodo TV, you always say, no matter what you're going through, try to co-parent. So now, Sister Grace is taking her children to the husband, and these kids are coming back. You said to her now, you can go for therapy, let the children go for intervention. But she is still taking them to the man. Is there no, for at a point where you say, this is going to harm them, I have to stop? Because she is taking them to the husband, and they are coming back to say, Daddy said this and say that.
That's a really
A
good
caller
point.
said, a caller said, okay, if they come to me, Daddy said you are bad, or Daddy says this. Oh, I don't want to hear that. You don't want to
That's a
hear
really
that.
good point. That's a really
You
good
have
point,
to
Blessing.
hear that because it's going to be with them and it's going to affect them. So you are teaching us to co-parent. So if it comes to that point, what are we going to do? Should we continue to co-parent even when we know that it's affecting the children? So that's my question. Thank you, Auntie B. I will listen for the answer.
Thank you very much, Blessing. You raised a
Thank
very
you.
good point. And I'm going to go to, let me read some comments first because I need to think about that carefully. I'm a very, very big advocate of co-parenting. I don't know how many of you saw that video. I wanted to do a show about it, but there's just so much to cover. Sometimes we struggle to even know what to talk about here. Orokpo. Jim Ike did a sit down with Chudi. He said he was a shitty husband, but he was a good father. So the reason why I'm a very big advocate for co-parenting is because children need their father, they also need their mother. That's why, and I know that when it comes to divorce, some parents, whether mostly women, sometimes use that as a weapon to, deal with the man, say you will not have access to your children. And I don't like that. But you raised a very good point now, and I will think about it. I'm not going to give you an answer immediately, Blessing. Let me go think about it. The question you raised is when co-parenting is harmful to the children, what should you do? So I will write it down and go and think about it, pray about it. I'll come back to you, Blessing. Is that okay? Just give me some time. I don't want to just jump and give you an answer because at the top of my head, at the moment, I don't have an answer for that. I'm a very big advocate for co-parenting, but when it's harmful to the children, because the children need to come first. But people are already answering in the comment section. Somebody said there should be boundaries. Jimmy said there should be boundaries. Let me read this first. Ola says, adultery is a crime in Nigeria. It's just that most people don't know. The partner can sue the cheating partner and get compensated. Thank you, Ola, for that. Have you ever gone to court in Nigeria to sue anybody? No wonder nobody knows about it. I didn't know. I stand corrected. I didn't say I said it was not illegal, but apparently it is in Nigeria. And I saw some people saying in the US, some states in the US, yes, Ultimate Enigma said, thank you for the super chat. Cheating, alienation of affection in the US, there are 6 states that recognizes it is illegal. Controlling women in the name of game. Okay. So actually, it is illegal in some states. But I don't know if I've seen any successful case. If you've seen any case where somebody will actually file, then we can look at it and learn lessons from it. Okay. Yes, Sharon, I did promise a show about Jim Ike, but we didn't get to it. So some people are giving some answers. Stop communication if it's polluting the minds of the children. Some people are saying that, there should be boundaries. Some people are saying, Honey Babe said, write to him. And Cece said, if it's harmful to the children, he shouldn't continue. Okay.
Auntie
Yeah,
B,
let's think on
Auntie
that.
B,
Yeah. Yes, my dear.
Auntie B, sorry, ma, can I say something?
Yes, my dear.
Anytime he like calls, like maybe I whenever I'm at work, he can't reach them because a day or two he will send me a page of the agreement. This is what the court said. You are going against the law. You are doing this and every other thing. Then also, even whenever the children come back home to like tell me that, oh, daddy said this, they will tell me, please, mommy, don't tell him. They are so scared because they are still going back to him. So I'll just keep quiet.
Unfortunately, you already signed everything and agreed. Now he's pulling those papers up against you.
Yes.
Maybe you need to speak to a lawyer in America about
to revisit it. Exactly. That's the plan.
Yes. I think you should do that, because if he's already, because this man, he doesn't have anything to offer. If you're not paying child support, how the hell do you have mouth to talk? Why are you talking? Just be quiet and disappear. Let her know that she's single parenting these children. Emotionally, physically, and financially, you got nothing to offer. Why are you talking? Oh my God. These kind of things, they drive me mad, honestly. Mango Park, they carefully select their victim or Longbo. It can never be me. Never. He's putting up agreement that you sign in duress just because you want to get up from him. You know, you can see if it was some women that like Wala only jogbon, it will make sure that he's paying child support. These children are still within the age where you can get money. But you don't want to, you just agreed. Just go, let me go. And he's still trying to cause you wahala.
Even his
what
uncle.
does he want to gain?
Even his uncle was telling him that, hey, if this woman wants to take it up, I have pictures. You'll be in jail by now. But I never reported to the police for once or anything. Because what if I'd reported, now that his life is not working out, he will say, oh, it was me that messed up his life if I'd reported then.
Yes, that's why it's good to report, because you never know when you will need it. That's a learning for you guys. Any of you that is sitting down there embracing and enjoying DV, you better have at least one or two police record, because you will need it. But somebody actually is telling us the custody agreement can be amended. You need to get a lawyer to sue. Because if he's getting out of hand now, he's threatening you with the divorce agreement, even though you are not getting shingbai from him. You said that what he's giving you is not even enough to pay your
medical insurance.
Medical insurance, not to talk of clothing, feeding, books, everything you need for school and all that. And you know, in this obodooyinbo, once you earn good money, you don't get anything free from the states.
No. I was getting it then when I was under the bracket, but now, no.
So maybe you should talk to a lawyer about that. Maybe they should write to him about it. If he knows that, because he's trying to threaten, this is a way of threatening you again. And yeah, Ati, maybe you're a lawyer. Ati, are you a lawyer? I can't remember. I think he's a lawyer. Or she. Ati said child support payment can be amended. Time has passed. The payment can be increased. He may even go to jail if the support mounts and he doesn't pay. Yeah. Maybe you need to pull some strings now, okay? Shori, it's good to be a mother, but sometimes, because divorce is always war, whether you like it or not. I'm sorry, Grace. Divorce is war. You've been playing the good girl for a long time, but some Mongo Park don't need good girl. You need to show them. Bio said something the other day. Now, Chris, they take a cure Chris. I'm telling you, good girl is just because he knows the kind of woman that you are. You are this church girl. You're very cool. It's all about Why the hell is he pulling on the divorce agreement if he cannot reach the children? It's the same thing he did to you when you were in Nigeria and he couldn't reach you. If you can't reach the children because they are busy or whatever, can you reach them later? Okay, no wala. Let me not say anything more. We'll talk later. I think you might need to revisit all that settlement and all the divorce agreement, because it's using it against you now. You are too nice. Sometimes it's not good to be nice, because number first share with one man buy one far where gone. You know, two can play that game. You're not paying money and you're still stressing the woman that is taking care of your children. Why is he not married? Maybe you are divorced.
It was even telling them that I'm not spending time with them. I go to work too much. I do, as in so many things. But if you're sending money, will I be going to work? Will I be working?
When to buy
Mm.
they will say that we are teaching you bad thing. But when people don't want to behave, they don't want to want to shori buruku. Is it your fault that he didn't pass his exam? Isha wants to frustrate you. The only way he can get to you is through the children. That's why he's doing this.
Yes,
Just know that.
yes.
It's okay. Àtúnṣe máa wà lágbára Ọlọ́run. Ọlọ́run á ṣàtúnṣe. Miss Amor,
Amen.
welcome. You are my last but not the least caller. What do you have to say? 3 minutes
Oh
so we
wow,
can end.
I'm the last person. Oh, okay. Hi, Auntie B. How's everything going?
I'm good, my love. Welcome.
Yes. Yeah. So I'm not really. Everything that I've learned from today has been amazing, and I just wanted to say like a big thank you to your platform. Your platform has been a blessing onto my life. And to and Sister Grace, I'm so empathetic to everything that you've been through because I'm young, but you remind me a lot of me. So just hearing your story is it's very encouraging, and it does. I'm learning from this to know that um, there's a way you move as a woman. There's a way when in a relationship how to set boundaries so that things you unfortunately you won't find yourself in positions to you find yourself in a position where someone is taking advantage. So yeah, I just wanted to say a very big thank you that to Auntie B. Your platform is shaking tables, and people are not finding it funny. Your video yesterday have someone that was kind of like, why would she say something like that? And I was like, man, there are some women that still are of that mindset. And I really appreciate your platform because your platform has been amazing. So yeah, thank you.
Thank
That's
you. Thank you so
yeah,
much, Miss
yeah,
Amor. Thanks for the encouragement. I
yeah,
appreciate you.
yeah,
They are listening, though. People are listening. Even the Mongo
yeah,
Park
they are.
themselves, don't. You know, they are the ones that watch us the most.
Yeah, yeah. I think I have somebody that is on the table of the video that I did yesterday. Same situation. She's like, Kilo Shawo, diaspora woman, Kilo day. I'm just like, but your husband is not treating you. But I'll just be like, man, like sometimes our culture really just endorses this
She was like,
unfortunate.
diaspora women are doing too much,
Yeah,
bah. We are not
she said
taking
that even
suffering.
she even tells me that don't be like diaspora women. Oh, hey, it's like people when you just come here, don't be like all these women. I'm just like, hey, Nancy, you don't understand.
They stigmatize diaspora women because diaspora women don't want to put up with their
Yeah,
shit behavior.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's
So
okay.
you are really, really changing, shaking the table, and as they pain them, it is with us.
It is
So
with
thank you.
us. It is with us. We say no to DV. Anybody that doesn't like this platform is a red flag. Somebody told us this. Me, I didn't even think about it like that. Somebody told us a while ago, say, Auntie B, anybody that doesn't like Obodo Ibo TV, any man or woman that doesn't, because some women actually don't like Obodo Ibo TV, they're like, they want to tell you how to leave your husband's house. They want to teach you how to leave your husband's house, yo. Because misery loves company, oh, you don't want to jia. The year is too much. Oh my gosh. Chai. Oh, the grace of God is sufficient for us. My darling Grace, let's end now. How are you? Are you okay? Do you feel encouraged?
Yes, Auntie B, thank you. I
Bele,
feel I feel light now that
bele.
that I'm even talking about everything now. It's
Mm.
a blessing. Yes, I feel light and I'm gaining a lot. Thank you, ma.
Your testimony will be permanent in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Affliction will not arise a second time. You will not attract Mongo Park anymore.
Amen.
Everything that you've been through in this relationship, everything you have learned, the Lord will use it to uplift you, and He will use it to help you when you have healed and you are ready to move forward. The Lord will provide you somebody that will love and appreciate you and celebrate you. Not a
Amen.
competitor, but somebody that you can collaborate with and build life with. By the grace of God, the Lord will keep your children. It will preserve you
Amen.
both mentally, physically,
In Jesus' name.
emotionally, and
Amen.
financially from glory to glory in the name of Jesus. Thank you
Amen.
so much for having the courage to share with us tonight. I know a lot of people will be blessed, and your courage also will help them today. So thank you so much. I appreciate you. Asoro, Shoba,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
talk. Thank you so much. Mm,
Thank you.
all right. God bless you. Uh, Okay, so that was Grace sharing with us. You can tell that she's not a troublesome person. Is all this quiet church girls, no history of plenty dating. First man they marry, first man they have children, everything first, and yet, yeah, that's to tell you that in life, there are no guarantee. Oh, I'm telling you. But it is well. May God help us. May God help us. Blessing raised a very good question here about co-parenting, that I'm always saying that we should co-parent. But when it is becoming the one that they will keep telling them negative things about one another, and the children's head is being filled with so much, what should you do? I'm going to come back to you, Blessing. Let me think about it. Okay? Give us a thumbs up if you are just joining us. Please subscribe if you haven't. And for that sister that wanted to help Grace in her next career and next level in nursing, the number is on the screen. If you want to share your story with us, whether you are still going through it, oh my God, I'm supposed to call a woman in Italy. Is it Italy or Holland? Jesus. Ọlọ́run ràn mí lọ́wọ́. There's somebody that is in hospital that said, we had a conversation, another imported wife. Orokpo. May God help us. I've not gone back to her. She was in hospital. She called me a year ago and she told me how this man has been putting his hands on her. He brought her from Nigeria and he's been locking her in the house. I told her to leave. No, I didn't tell her to leave. I told her, what do you want? Because I try not to tell people to leave anymore. What do you want? She said, I said, okay, go and think about it and come back to me. She didn't come back. The next time she called me a year later, she's in hospital. They don't beat her blue black. She did hospital fighting for her life. I didn't even remember. She now said, Auntie B, I talked to you last year. I said, really? What happened? She now started telling me the story. That's when I now remember that last year we spoke. I said, you've been there? She said she was still there. And it never changed. And now she's in hospital fighting for her life. I need to go back to her and then check how she's doing. Oh, may God help me. It's not easy. Me too, I have a life. I have so many things doing, so it's not always easy. What does she want now? Good question, Cynthia. She wants to help. She wants help. Oh, see, we've not scratched the surface about abuse in our culture, in our society. It's too much. I'm telling you guys, it's too much. Nobody wants to come and tell a woman or tell people to end their marriage. We're not trying to break families. But there's just too much abuse going on. It's too much. It's too much. And you are someone like me whose sister has died because of abuse. You see the way it makes me feel. It makes me so mad. It makes me really angry. I don't want another woman to buy. I don't want anybody to buy. Child, man, woman. I don't want it. So what can we do? We continue to talk, preach awareness, create awareness, have this discussion. But I need to magbo. It's too much. Ento magbo. Sometimes I get tired of it. Some people will not hear. But what can we do? It is well. If you want to share your story with us, whether it is a testimony or you are still going through it, you need help, whatever it is, my number is on the screen. You can reach out to me on WhatsApp or DM me on Instagram. Instagram is actually the easiest way to reach me because I check my Instagram quite a lot, not so much WhatsApp. So send me a message and let's talk about it. Whatever we can do in our capacity to help you, we will. As for you, Grace, my darling, it is well with you. Oti bono, oti ja. You don't already ja, you jackpot. We celebrate you. I celebrate your courage. Yes, I know, Yvette, I cannot. How can I save the world? It's not possible. Even Jesus Christ couldn't save the world. Who am I? I know. We just do the little that we can For everybody that's come here and they learned something, it's one person at a time, one case at a time, and one story at a time. We can save the world. That's grandiose delusion. We cannot. But we'll continue to create awareness. Sometimes information is powerful. People just need to have the information to be able to make their own choices or make their own decisions. But a lot of times they don't have that information because, believe you me or not, Yvette, do you know a lot of these women don't even know that they are going through abuse? They don't recognize it. That's why Mongo Parks don't like us. They are like, why are you always listening to that woman? That woman will send you out of your husband's house because you are an abuser. Mongo Park, you are an abuser. If you are not an abuser, I don't have a problem with you. We have many men, great men on this platform. But Ben was here the other day. We are planning to come back again for a very super show. He's a man. He's a Yoruba man. But you saw the way he explained his own situation. He's still doing his marriage and doing life. So, what can we do? It is well. Bingbe, how are you, my darling? I appreciate you. Thank you very much, everybody, for being here. God bless you, Grace. It is well with you and your children from glory to glory. I pray that the Lord will continue to uplift you. Do not go back. Okay? Lot's wife looked back and she became a pillar of salt. That is what DV situations are like that. When you go back, you know what pillar of salt means. The person, nothing good comes out of going back. Don't go back. Forward ever, backward never. The Lord will be with you. Thank you so much. When you go back to an abuser, you go back to a DV situation, you are like Lot's wife. You are looking back. There's nothing behind. Forward, it's only forward. You should look. It is well. Thank you very much, everyone. Give us a thumbs up, and I will see you in my next video. I appreciate you. I love you guys very much. Have a wonderful weekend and speak soon. Bye, guys. Love you. Bye. Don't go back. Never. Don't go back. There's nothing to go back to.